morning, everybody. How are we? How's everybody doing? Love you all. Welcome to another day. Another day, another dime, another light, and another dollar. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I gotta pull it up. You guys, some of you will know what I'm talking about. Dean Pelton rap. Some of you will know what this is, and you're about to lose your minds. Others have no idea what I'm talking about. But one of my favorite shows ever, Community, had this hilarious segment where Dean Pelton just goes outrageous, dressed as a peanut. And I'm just gonna let him complete the rap. It's really, really quick, so we'll just do this. Okay, you ready? Ready? It's very good. Okay, volume up.
A quick announcement for two of Greendale's finest.
Good.
Payday is postponed until next week, so this is my freestyle rap apology. Well, I'm a peanut bar, and I'm here to say your checks will arrive on another day. Another day, another dime, another rhyme, another dollar. Another stuffed shirt with another white collar. Criminals, Wall Street, taking the pie, and all the black man gets is a plate of white lies. Prisons recruiting them, police be shooting them, rap artists looting them, labels all diluting them. Barack Obama is scared of me, because I don't swallow knowledge and I spit it for free. Let me clear my throat. Ha ha ha. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
One of the best shows ever. I insist, and I will stand by that. We'll go to my deathbed with that. Prison Mike vibes. Yeah. Now, Dean Pelton is one of those characters that apparently started as sort of like really an afterthought. They were like, okay, well, he's the dean of the school. We kind of have to have a dean of the school. And he ended up being so freaking hilarious that they wrote him in as like a major character in the show. Kind of like Jesse on Breaking Bad. Apparently Jesse was supposed to be written off like after the first season. He was supposed to die at the end of the first season, but they started shooting stuff and they were like, oh, this kid's actually pretty good. Let's just keep him. You know, so it's really, really interesting to me, those stories of how like the authors had an idea of what they were going to do and thought they had it figured out. And then they, see the performances and it clicks for them. And like, actually, you know what? We're going to do it that way. It's super cool to me. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Show me the Twitch light. Yeah, I can do that. See this? I don't know if we'll keep it. I think it looks cool, but it's like, I was hoping there'd be more purple leaking out of the sides. I don't know. But it's a pretty little light. It can get way brighter. Look at this. Okay? It can get like pretty bright. Crank it up. Like that. So, I mean, it's good. I just realized if we're going to do this, then we kind of need a way to like pull people in, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora leaks, yes, and apparently AC Mirage leaks too. We're gonna talk about that because dear God Almighty, oh man, Pull that up. I have this tweet. We'll cover that. Does anyone have a link to the Avatar thing? I just have one tweet on the Avatar thing. About time we hear something about Mirage. Oh man, you're in for a treat today. Let me tell you what. If this is true, oh boy. Goodness gracious. Wow, man. Pretty bad. Pretty poopy. Gonna be real. Calling it like I see it. It do be poopy. That's all I'm gonna say. But we'll get into it in just a minute. YouTube please, about to hit Luca for that sign during the stream. Yeah, dude, for real. Yeah, they're gonna go hard. Apparently, YouTube Shorts like posted a whole break. No, it was Instagram Reels. They posted like a breakdown of their guidance for this quarter because they changed a bunch of stuff. For one, they cut the pay. for people. I didn't know you could make money from Instagram Reels, but apparently you can. Secondly, they made it so they scan every video when you upload it. And if there is a TikTok watermark, so like you made a TikTok and then you reposted it to Instagram, if there's a watermark, they deprioritize the video. They bury it. And so they're scanning videos to look for logos of competitors, and then they nerf the performance of that video if it has a logo from a competitor in it. So this might end up being one of those things that we only put up for like the streams, and then main channel uploads just to play it safe. We put that down, but who knows? There's a lot of huge Twitch streamers that have crazy huge like highlight and clip channels that have the logo on screen, so I don't know. But still waiting on my Mirage copy. Rocky, we all are. we all are, buddy. Oh man. Do we need a doc for the week? Jacob. I think we might have some spillover from last week's doc. I'm not sure though. What's super funny is Meta are burying themselves. That's only the case if TikTok doesn't end up being banned. If TikTok is banned in the States, then Instagram is great. Instagram Reels not paying out, that's just good business sense. No need to pay because there's no competition anymore, right? So there's a delicate strategy they have deployed, and they're very confident that TikTok's going to get booted from the States. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but we'll just have to see. YouTube, though, I don't know. YouTube's been pretty good with maintaining competition over the last few years, especially because they don't, like, YouTube really doesn't have any direct competition. Like, in terms of video, like actual video uploads, like, of course, live streams, it's Twitch, right? You could say Mixer and those platforms, but not Mixer. That's outdated. Rumble and Kick. That's the other one. So, yeah. Instagram's awful. They want you to pay to get any reach. I honestly, I cannot stand Instagram. I am not joking. I'm not doing the boomer thing. I do not understand how people can just browse Instagram. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I don't get it. For me, I hop on, I see a cringy post from somebody I knew back in high school of them trying to make it look like their life is way better than it is. And like, it's just a platform to encourage posing. And it's cringe to me. I really don't like it. I don't understand it. And in terms of like the kickback, I don't see what the benefit is of investing a lot of time and money in it. Yes, I did play the Diablo 4 open beta, and I played as a Necromancer. Last weekend, I played as a Barbarian, whatever. And the Necromancer, just like in Diablo 3, can get pretty broken. Just gonna say that. Just gonna say that. It can get pretty stupid. I had a good time with it, but I was playing on hard. I was like cranking everything, and I never really felt particularly challenged. I'm gonna be real. We'll pull this up for later in the stream. Some of this stuff we can only like really react to. Like Daniel sent me a really funny video from it was like a collection of, I think, Alex Jones memes as they apply to gaming. It's really, really funny, but if we do that on stream here on YouTube, they're gonna like bury the stream because YouTube does not like Mr. AJ. Understandable, don't get me wrong, I get it, but it's kind of annoying that we can't even like watch the video. Can't even watch the video. Let's do this. Also, by the way, I do have a couple of packages coming today and tomorrow. Nothing that crazy. It's like I had to replace, okay, maybe had is a strong word, but this keyboard, the GMMK Pro from Glorious, phenomenal keyboard. I love it. But in the last like couple of weeks, I don't know what it is, it will randomly just stop working. And then I have to plug in a second keyboard and then pull up like the glorious app, and I have to like manually reinstall the firmware to the keyboard. It's really stupid, and I don't know what's wrong. I'm worried something got fried. I don't know. It's really, really weird. But I can't really go without a keyboard. I can't send this off to service or to do like the warranty thing with them if I don't have a keyboard. So I have another keyboard coming. We'll replace this one with that. What else? Oh, they're sending another like 50 pounds of Red Bull. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, some sort of onboard chip got messed up. Yeah, I think so, Chrissy. And it's weird because the only, like, it started happening when, okay, you guys have seen the setup. Okay, you know how crazy this thing is that I have in front of me. But the only way I can really get to, like, the cables I need to get to if I'm unplugging stuff or moving something around is by hopping onto the desk. When I hopped on the desk, I set something. I think I was flipping the monitors, so I pulled a monitor down off the mount. I set it down on the cable, this red cable, and it sat down on like the spirally bit right here. It like kind of crunched on this, and only after that did this keyboard start having problems. So I don't think it was the keyboard at fault necessarily. I think it was more that this cable probably had like a crunch. It's probably not well insulated. As a result, like something shorted. I don't know. It's really, really stupid. But I hope that didn't end up like actually frying my very nice custom keyboard. I'll have you know, I lubed these keys myself. Okay, I'm a custom luber now. Caitlin, thank you for becoming a member, by the way. And also, I think there was one other person that became a member, like, before we even started. Tirg, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Wonderful. Sorry, everyone. Child got the keyboard whilst I was getting food in the oven. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. Luke, I have a audio question for you. How are you mic monitoring with the A50s or A50s? I use a Go XLR. So right out of frame, you can kind of see it there. I have a Go XLR, and with that, you can route the audio with a mic monitoring out into the headphone output. And so I just have the headphone output routed to an aux switcher right here. And then with the aux switcher, I can route the audio from the headphones, the wireless headphones, to the wired headphones, or to the nice speakers. And so it's super, super easy. So I can actually be playing with my nice speakers and subwoofer and everything in here while controlling all of the audio still from the Go XLR, which is kind of fun. How much Red Bull is 50 pounds of Red Bull? It's about like 3 to 4 of the little flat pallet things. So we were in this store, and it's probably like $200-300 worth of Red Bull. It's pretty outrageous. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna open the window. It's kind of toasty in here, but has anything else happened? Did I miss anything over the weekend? Is there any new like news before we get into the Assassin's Creed stuff? Ugh. Oh man, it is snowy today, by the way. Snowy. Overnight, there was a crazy storm. Struggling to finish Hogwarts. It got so boring. Yeah, it kind of takes a nosedive. Are we doing a critique on Hogwarts Legacy? Yes, it's pretty much done. We just are, like, I have to go through it one more time. We've been having some audio export issues, so I just want to go through the whole thing and make sure there isn't, like, a 45-second period where there's no audio. Because the sucky thing is we wouldn't know that that's there until somebody points it out, because we just don't know. So I pretty much have to sit down and listen to the entire 4-hour video, which for a first-time viewer probably isn't that big of a deal, but for somebody like me who had to film it and then has been caught in the development hell of this video for like 3 months, it's like, oh my god. Okay, 3 months isn't exaggerated. It's like 6 weeks, 6-7 weeks, but still. Still, PS5's on sale. Yeah, I think they knocked $50 off of it, which now brings it down to the price of like a regular PS5 before they raised the prices. Anyway, I just got to the end of chapter 10 in RE4, and it's dope. Depthness of and it's the dope of dopeness, and Diablo 4. That was my weekend, and it was glorious. Yeah, that's pretty much what my weekend was. I played a lot of RE4 and Diablo 4 beta. Same. Can't you export the video, re-import, and look at the waveform? We could. It's like theoretically, yeah. We could do that. It's probably the smarter way to do it, honestly. But the other benefit is that by actually manually watching it through, we can also note any other like graphical errors or bugs or issues that might have propped up. Because when you're dealing with videos this large, if like the server that holds all the footage has a hiccup in the middle of the 6-hour rendering session, then there will just be like glitched out video for 5 seconds. And like, that's not that big of a deal, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. But I really should just suck it up, because at this point, we just have to get the video out. It's just been a nightmare. Isaac, thank you for the $4.99. It's going to read it here in a second.
Isaac Barnett super chatted $4.99.
Dilly.
Hey man, don't get to
Dilly,
watch
dilly.
your live regularly. Usually working, but wanted to stop in and say hi and show my support.
Aw.
Enjoy the hangout, everybody.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I'm glad you could swing by, and I really appreciate that. Glad to have you. Do your editors remote work or remote into your server? I bought like a second server. It was a little pricey, but I bought a second one, and that sits on Jacob's desk, and then it syncs in real time between the two. So if I record something on this computer, I move it to the server down there, and then that server automatically syncs with the server that's like 400 miles away. And so we always have the same stuff. Plus then we have an offsite backup, which is really cool. Don't have to pay for Dropbox anymore. Dropbox never really worked. You couldn't download like video files over 25 gigs, which is like most of our files, which was, it's like, okay, so there's really no reason to use Dropbox at that point. And they also wanted like $800 a year for the backup. And I was like, we'll just do this. I'll spend like $900 on a second server, and we'll just be our own Dropbox, basically, you know. It's a very oof service. Yeah, it's just, it's fine if you're like a legal office. When I worked in real estate, we used Dropbox, and it worked great. Because if you're just like transferring PDFs, who cares? But when it came to like video files, it just was not very good. Didn't work. Okay, should we just jump into this? Let's do it. Jacob. Oh, it's hella bright. Oh, I did forget to lower the brightness. I was showing Rocky how bright it gets. It can get very bright or very, like, much more subtle. Like that. I think that makes more sense, because when it's bright, it's like, oh my god. I don't know. Steffi's like, turn it off. Get rid of it. That's it normally. Full brightness. Signaling for help. Steph's like, shut it off. Leave it off forever. Leave it off forever. Hold on. We'll do a quick poll. Bright or dim. Let's see. Twitch light. Bright. Dim. I'm not going to put an off option, because then Steffi's just going to create 15 effects. Add flickering too. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, Sammy, just you wait. I don't know if this is true. I haven't actually like read the full article yet, because it just happened. Like, they posted this while I was sitting down to go live today, so I don't know any of the details. But we're gonna see. Dim. It's actually way closer than I thought it would be. Huh. Did you see I triggered a few Xbox in your latest video. No. That's actually kind of funny. I'll have to look it up. Was it the latest video on the live channel? That one? Dim is winning. I love you guys. You guys are winning. You guys are going to have a bad time when he moves to Twitch. Teehee. Oh, man. It's, you know what? I'm just glad that we are here and we have people who are passionate about this. Let's see, content. Xbox has almost secured Activision deal. Hold on. Please hold. Newest first, top comments. Drizzy. Hold on. Let's see what Drizzy did. What if Xbox starts to add in exclusive quests that's only available to Xbox? What if they start advertising it in a way that it seems like it's Xbox only? Not gonna lie, I don't want a company doing that. That's good. You got him. You got him. I'm a big PlayStation fan, but that's literally what Sony does. You mean what Sony does? They're not as scummy as them. Lol, Sony literally does this currently with Call of Duty exclusive modes advertising. Dude, they took the bait hardcore. That's so funny. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, wow. They took the bait hardcore. That's wonderful. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, and it's so, oh, actually, hold on. Let me see if I can find this one thing. Because I did see, we've talked a little bit about what's his name? The guy, Dreamcast guy. Is that Dreamcast guy? Is that his name? Dreamcast something. And apparently he's just made a few videos like back to back on this Activision deal where he just repeatedly like fully commits to one side and then is totally wrong. And it's really, really funny. Cause I just want to, let's just enjoy this real quick. My thing that I've said before, Dreamcast guy, I'm sure he's a nice guy. My thing is that what I've said before is I've never been impressed by him. He was the guy that got like his copy of Cyberpunk 2077 early as an accident of UPS. Like it was purely an accident. Nothing specific about it. And then he proceeded to make a ton of videos, make like a review before the embargo lifted, all sorts of stuff. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And for me, it was just like, it was pretty clear he was not doing this because like it was what was the most appropriate thing to do. He was doing it because he had the opportunity to post it early because UPS screwed up. And that's one of the main reasons that his channel got any sort of initial exposure was because of this accident of UPS. So I think he got a big channel before he really had matured as a creator to the point where he could like, it sounds bad, but not sound like an idiot a lot of the time. And so what you'll see is that he's going to talk about this Activision deal in the span of this 58-second clip. They show before this news broke what his last stance was, and then they're going to show what happened right after the news broke that the CMA is probably going to let it go through. And you'll see a 180. And he also makes a couple of very basic, like very, very basic mistakes, like saying this has to work its way through the courts. No. Regulators are not courts. That's like a huge scandalous thing in the US is that regulators are not elected. They are not accountable. They're not appointed by like somebody who's directly electable. In some cases they are, but mostly it's just bureaucrats that are hired within the infrastructure that's already established of the regulating team. And that's it. Like, so even the most basic thing saying, oh yes, well, we have to see if the courts allow this. Well, it's regulators, but if you don't know the difference, then you run into trouble. So just like take this in, enjoy it.
So it looks like the $69 billion Activision Blizzard deal is about to be blocked. I mean, this is a 99% chance that the conclusion of this is not going to be good for Microsoft.
99% chance. 99% chance. Honestly, what this strikes me as is just like somebody who doesn't really think about what they say before they say it. And I've been there, don't get me wrong. I'm not immune to this. I've tried to get better about it. Because you end up sounding kind of like an idiot, because so often you'll just be like, well, there's a 99% chance this goes through. It's like, no, there isn't. That's not accurate. You just threw out 99% chance because you just were trying to think of something to say. It reminds me of the videos I used to make when I was like 19, 18 years old, and I didn't script anything. I just sat down in front of a microphone and rambled for 10 minutes, then put it over Fallout 4 gameplay, and that was like the whole video. Simpler times, right? But that's what this reminds me of.
Microsoft has won. They're going to be able, this is a 99% chance that the conclusion of this is not going to be good for Microsoft. Microsoft has won. They're going to be able to buy Activision Blizzard.
Even this isn't true. Like, even after he copes and comes back to address and change his mind, he's still wrong. This doesn't mean that they've won. It means they're more likely to win, certainly. But as we've shown before, there's still a big question of whether this deal goes through or not, which is why Activision Blizzard stock is at 84.25. If it were a sure thing, this would be at 95. Like, this is a textbook example of a locked-in, case of risk arbitrage between two hypothetical scenarios of the deal not going through, the deal going through. So even like his changing of mind is not accurate.
For $69 billion. This deal has been cooking for over a year now, but there's been a bunch of legal roadblocks. Can you buy a company that big?
Yes, you can. How big was the Discovery thing? The Discovery deal? AT&T. It was the AT&T acquisition of Time Warner. I don't remember how big that one was. Closing, 18-month commitment, unsecured bridge term of $40 billion. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Vodafone and Mannesmann in 1999. Well, this'll do it. Look at this. Okay. The largest companies and merger and acquisition deals list. Vodafone and Mannesmann, 1999, telecommunications merger, $202 billion. AOL and Time Warner in 2000, $182 billion. It looks like a French and perhaps another energy company merged for $182 billion. Verizon and Vodafone, 2013, $130 billion. They're not even in the top 11 list. Okay. So the question was never whether a company could buy another company like this, or could acquire another company on this scale. Of course you can. The only question is whether or not there are anti-competition issues, which sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. But honestly, the reason why I was always pretty confident that this was going to go through is because if companies like, Time Warner can merge with other massive giga corporations, then come on, you're going to tell me that, Microsoft acquiring a publisher is going to be bad for competition? Lay off me, come on.
Is this a monopoly? These are actual questions that had to be argued.
Not monopoly. It's more like an oligopoly, which is one of my favorite words. It's also really fun to type. If you guys haven't typed out oligopoly before, you totally should. But oligopoly is this term right here: a state of limited competition in which a market is shared by a small number of producers or sellers. That's effectively what you have with gaming right now. And even you could say with cell phone software, you could say it's basically Apple and Google You could say there's others like with their own proprietary stuff, like the limitless or the tiny minimalistic phone they made. I don't remember what it's called. But duopoly or any of these other things. But in the case of gaming publishing, it's more of an oligopoly. Like there's a few big leaders for sure, but it's spread out pretty heavily after that.
In court, and now the first of the final argued in court.
Not in court. You're arguing to regulators. Judges have argued in this case. There was a lawsuit, I believe, out of San Francisco, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was San Fran. We looked at it on stream like a week or two ago, where the judge dismissed the case because they were like, you haven't shown any clear, concise evidence that you will be harmed as a result of this case. So they dismissed it. But the judge is not ruling in the regulation. Like, it's regulators that are doing this. It's not the judge.
And now the first of the final findings have just been submitted.
No. No, they weren't. The findings are going to be submitted in April, probably towards the end of April is what they said. But again, like, this is just, it's another example of how, like, I can tell this guy doesn't read any of the articles he talks about, because what was the original reporting? ATVI acquisition. They quoted the regulator that came out and said this. They quoted the regulator. Maybe Reuters, whatever. Don't at me. They quoted the guy who said the findings are still going to be coming in April. No, this isn't the right thing. Here's February 16th. Activision, regulators drop, major concern. Okay, Market Watch. It was specifically, investigation is on track to be complete by the end of April. So they have provisionally stated that it provisionally alleviates concerns, specifically in the UK. Okay, like, all of this just, again, shows that, okay, you probably don't read any of the articles. You're just going off of the headlines, which is why you're saying it's 99% sure that it's going through, that judges are arguing this. You're saying that they've submitted the findings. No, they've said that we've decided that we're not that concerned about this particular aspect of the deal, which they've previously said was the biggest concern in the case. So they're walking that back and saying, this biggest concern we had, we're no longer concerned about it. And all of that is true. It's not true that they've submitted their findings. Okay. It's just not.
And it sounds like it's definitely getting approved.
Not definitely, but I'm very confident. I told you guys I bought a couple dozen shares of Activision because, for one, I have no influence over it. I like, if I love this acquisition, if I hate it, it doesn't matter. Regulators are going to do whatever they're going to do. I have no sway in this battle whatsoever. But I wanted to put my money where my mouth was and say, I think it's very likely it's going to go through. So I'm going to put some money up. I'm going to buy some shares. And if it goes through, I'm going to make like $10, $15 a share. Easy money. Stupid easy money. Like, why not? Why not? If he's so sure, why isn't he putting money on it? Doesn't
they've won. Team PlayStation, for all their pushback, for all their complaints.
They haven't won. They've probably won.
It looks like Sony is taking an L that they really didn't want to take. But
man. It's like the Fox News of video games. This was you ready to get in the game? There's some really, really funny memes and stuff people have posted about this. Because it's just, it's almost like they're a $1 trillion company who didn't do this on a whim and made sure they'd be able to cover all concerns beforehand. Yeah, see? It's almost like that. It frustrates me because in the age of social media and YouTube and all this, he has an audience. And the thing is, like, if you're saying, well, what's the big deal? He's just talking about gaming stuff. with this, like, if he's saying it's for sure going through, he previously said that there was a 99% chance it wasn't going through. 99% chance. If you know of any investment that has a 99% chance of going in one direction, and you know 99% surety that this is going to go in that direction, you'd be a billionaire. Like, there's no question. You could bet all of those chips on black and make tons of money and be very successful. But when you have an audience and you're saying stupid stuff like this, the great thing about the internet is that we have a track record of it and we can see it back. I don't like getting into like poofling contests. I don't like doing that. But when I see people that are either straight up talking out of their ass and in some cases lying, I have a problem with that. We've all made mistakes as creators. We've all done stupid stuff. But when you continually do it and you refuse to acknowledge it or apologize for it or try to improve, then we have a problem. If he doesn't know how the regulation stuff works, okay, there's no problem with that. I don't think 99% of people know how the regulation stuff works. That's fine. There's no issue. Just don't pretend like you do. That's my problem. Don't say, yeah, there's a 99% chance this is going through, when you haven't read the article that makes it very clear the findings aren't submitted. The findings are not officially submitted and stated all in the final report until April. Like, you clearly didn't read the article. You're just going off of the headlines. Like, what are you doing? Natalie gave me official advice, and now I sold my house and put it all on Activision. Thanks, Luce. I'll be visiting my Bugatti. Yeah. Well, there you go. Plot twist, Dreamcast guy is Doctor Strange, and this is his 1 in 16 million possibilities. Oh man. People always want to be jack of all opinions and yet masters of none. I don't get why it's so hard not to go like I told you guys, hey, I don't know what will happen if the CMA rejects the deal and the US regulators, the FTC, approves it. Like, I would guess you probably are going to have to you probably can't just make a shell corporation because they probably catch on to that, but you probably would have to partner with another publisher in the UK specifically to distribute Activision Blizzard games there. But the deal probably still goes through. I don't know why it wouldn't. But maybe there is something that I'm not seeing. Maybe there's some piece of it. I have no idea. But I will tell you, I don't know the intricacies of that. I would guess that if the FTC approves it, the CMA probably approves it and vice versa, but I don't know what happens if one does and one doesn't. But I'm going to tell you I don't know that. I'm not going to go, there's a 99% chance that this is going to be amazing. Because that's stupid. Oh, man. I'm a Sony fan, not Pony. Dreamcast guy is lacking research. Well, and again, if you don't want to do the research, that's fine. Totally fine. But just don't pretend like you did your research, because then I get to tease you. As we said in that recent video, you don't have a right to be stupid. Being stupid is a privilege. And if you're stupid, I get to make fun of you for it. Them's the rules. Okay? That's what we're doing. Let's see. Yeah, we did dim it. We did indeed. By a PC nerds always. Always. Okay, let's talk about this Assassin's Creed stuff, because this is pretty stupid. Yeah, he'd be a great weatherman. Says it's a 99% chance of rain, and then it ends up being super sunny. Yeah, probably. You should. That would actually be a really, really funny troll, to just be like, Photoshop his head onto a bunch of weathermen in front of the weathermen, like the weather boards or whatever they call it. That would be really, really funny. That's pretty good. But people say doing your own research is a bad thing now. It's people think that doing your own research means Google it and affirm your confirmation bias. What it should be is, don't do your own research. Do research following the vein of experts in the field that have done more research than you, and respect their authority and their expertise, and you can learn a lot. We had a friend who thought 30% chance of rain means that there's 100% chance that it'll rain on 30% of the city. I don't believe anything weathermen say. They are liars and conmen, every single one. Weathermen are among the worst in society. Yeah. How often do you get paid to just lie for a living? Just to make stuff up for a living? You know, first it was Weatherman, now it's Dreamcast guy, and what are you gonna do? Oh God. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Here we go. Okay. So Jacob, this we're gonna get into it. I think what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna clip this and turn it into a main channel video. Honestly, I think is probably what we're gonna do. Let me go here. Pop out the chat. Copy. Floop. Shout me out always. Okay. So, everybody behave. We're about to jump into it. Everybody say hi in chat, and you might end up in a main channel video. Can't promise because I'm not going to be the one editing it. Jacob will be, so I can't promise that he'll keep you in. But you know what? If you're there, if you're passionate, you probably will end up being in it. Okay. Jacob, let's do it. Yeah, mods full alert. Yep. If we're on Twitch, it'd be easier to manage. We could just like have the on Twitch. There's apparently a thing where like people like chat messages can show up 5 seconds behind real time, so mods can filter through them and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. But YouTube, not so much. Not so much. Okay. Let's just go for it, guys. All right. How should we open this? Let's see. How should we open this? I don't know. Okay, so it is a lovely Monday. The sun is sort of shiny. It's very snowy outside here in Colorado, but the sun is up, the sky is aglow, and there is news that yet another delay is hitting Assassin's Creed Mirage and a bunch of other Ubisoft titles because we, of course, can't have anything nice. I know some people are like, oh my God, Luke, calm down. Stop talking about this so much. But honestly, at this point, like, it's just become like the lol cow of the gaming community. Like, Ubisoft is the Chris Chan of gaming publishers and developers, and you just can't help but find it thoroughly entertaining for no clear reason. So we're gonna dig into this right now. Hit the gritty? No. As of course you can see, all right, let me swap camera angles. Whoop. As you can probably see, as you can see, I am here live on stream, hanging out with all of these wonderful people talking about this. This is because I didn't expect to be talking about this today. I actually had another video planned that I was going to publish, but now I, for various reasons, had to delay that video, and then this news dropped right as we went live. So let's talk about this. If you'd like to join me over on stream, links in the description and comment section, blah, 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 link tree, you know the drill. Okay, let's go here. I think I can add the chat here. Okay, copy. And then move it over here, paste it. Okay. And then swap mice over. This is how the sausage is made, people. This is how we do it. Okay. So, get my mouse back over. Okay. Now, this news is coming from Inside Gaming. These guys have had a pretty good track record. These people have had a pretty good track record recently in terms of reporting actual leaks in the gaming industry. We've had a couple of their writers actually come out onto stream and talk with us in chat, which was super cool. So these guys are usually really, really on top of it, and they've been on it recently with game leaks and stuff. I haven't read this yet. The news just dropped, but because we are going to try to be responsible YouTube journalists, we're going to actually read the article ourselves. I was gonna make a joke, guys, about Dreamcast guy, but I decided that would probably be mean, so I'm not gonna do that. But everybody here in chat knows what I'm referring to. Okay, you know what I'm doing. You know the shots I'm firing. Okay. Okay. We know. Yeah, we know. Okay, so what they've said is that on Twitter, a data miner has stepped out with a claim that Assassin's Creed Mirage and the crew Project Orlando is likely to be delayed and pushed back to 2024. As you guys know, this was originally supposed to be out early this year, and then it was seemingly internally delayed again. And now we're at a point where the game has been announced for since September, I believe it was, and they've been selling a collector's edition since just after that, and we still haven't even seen gameplay. Like we still don't really know what this game even is, but nonetheless, I digress. They go on to say there was also a mention in the tweet that Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is expected to be a return to form for the franchise, runs on an old Assassin's Creed engine. Whatever that means. Insider gaming sources understand that Assassin's Creed Mirage gameplay will be revealed at this year's E3 event, but it's not known to what depth it will be revealed, especially if the alleged delay is a lengthy one. Uh-oh. Let's see. Does anybody actually know who this guy is? I clicked on the wrong link. Okay, there. Peek into files. Like, do we know that he actually... Like, does he have a track record? Does anybody know? I mean, it looks like he's posting some stuff that is data mined and is leaked. But it's not like this guy is like a huge account. Joraptor follows him, though. 13 hours ago, he said he was posting gameplay. Photoshopped Eve Kemal's head onto all of the animals. I mean, this looks like actual gameplay I don't think we've seen before. So maybe... I don't know, dude. I don't know. Let's, we'll keep going and then we'll circle back to that. So on Twitter, user ScriptLeaksR6 stated that both Mirage and Crew 3, known as Project Orlando, are likely delayed. This comes as a relatively huge blow to the Assassin's Creed community, especially as Mirage is penned to be a return to the traditional formula that fans have been longing for quite some time. Maybe, maybe not. We've done videos. I went through my my conspiracy theory with regards to this game. I would not be shocked at all if it ends up being kind of a dumpster fire. It already kind of seems like it's shaping up to be a dumpster fire, but I would love to be surprised. Let's see. It's no big secret that Ubisoft has been dealing with its fair share of issues, though. In recent months, the firm has postponed Skull and Bones yet again and canceled several projects in the wake of financial difficulties. In December, we reported that AC Mirage would be landing in August of 2023, but it seems now that the suspected window will come and go without this eagerly anticipated AC game dropping. Regarding the comment about the game running on an old engine, there's not really any depth to it, as originally Mirage was... I can read. As originally, Mirage was supposed to be a DLC for AC Valhalla, so that more or less adds up. In the words of ScriptLeaks R6, Mirage runs on an engine from 2019. Insider Gaming has reached out to sources and asked Ubisoft for comment on the alleged delay. But as of right now, as of the time we're recording this, there is no clear detail as to whether or not that's true. Let me take that again, Jacob. But as of right now, there is no confirmation from Ubisoft that it is delayed, or even confirmation from other sources that this is accurate. If we look at the individual on Twitter that's causing these leaks to drop, I will be honest, I don't really recognize this person. I have no idea who they are or what their track record is. They are followed by our friend of the channel, Joraptor, so I don't know if that's an implicit endorsement or anything. Probably not. It's probably that he's just keeping an eye on him. But you can see this is the tweet in question. Mirage and Orlando likely delayed. Mirage still runs on old Assassin's Creed engine. Repost because made a mistake. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora seems like it's remaining on Snowdrop. More info to be revealed at Ubisoft Forward. And then the rest of his Twitter account is like random stuff that he's posted that does look data mined and legitimate. Like this, I don't think this is fake. This looks very real. All this other stuff he's pulled seems real. But I will be real with you. I don't know if I would believe really like much of this. Because here's the thing. You can data mine pictures. You can data mine all this stuff that is definitely pulled from the game files. That's true. You can pull this. What a wonderful outfit. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everything you post is accurate. Just because somebody leaks 5 correct things doesn't mean the 6th thing is actually based in fact or reality whatsoever, especially when it's an unnamed anonymous Twitter account. Now, I do think he's able to pull stuff. It does look like he's actually getting gameplay footage and clips that people aren't seeing. Like this clip from Avatar Frontiers of Pandora looks legitimate. I think this looks real. And you can see that, I mean, people are saying it looks like Titanfall. It looks like a reskin Far Cry game. I mean, that doesn't really surprise anybody, but it does look like he actually has access to some of this stuff. I don't know how he would then also get access to release date information, but who knows? He's saying he was able to data mine something. I don't know. As far as I'm aware, a lot of these pictures he's posting are specific to his channel. So I don't think that he's just making all of this up. It seems like he has access to some information, but I would not look at this post and be like, okay, yep, the game's delayed for sure. In the comment section, he gets even more specific, saying in reply to Deeps here that the game is being delayed to Q4 of 2023 to Q2 of 24. That's a pretty hefty delay. I mean, I just don't really know. Red and Hexay will be on Snowdrop next gen. Raptor actually replies they will likely remain on Anvil Engine like every AC title, but it will of course be upgraded for next gen only. The mobile game's running using Unreal Engine 4. It's really tough to know whether or not we should take this with any sort of serious credulity. Raptor did reply in a tweet, not a lot of surprises here if it's true. Mirage is based on Valhalla's framework, but they toned down a lot of the RPG elements and focus more on stealth. As I said many times before, Mirage in October, November makes way more sense than the rumored August date. We will see. And maybe this is all it is. Maybe all he's saying is that, the game's not coming out in August. They're pushing it to the winter because they think it'll sell better. That might be it. I mean, we could easily take this and be like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. It's terrible. Everything's miserable because they're delaying it. The game can't get itself together. It's falling apart. It's buggy. It's glitchy, whatever. But it could very well just be that Ubisoft is like, August is a weird time to release a video game, especially one we put a lot of money into. So instead, let's just delay it and release it in the winter for Christmas. And that's all this is. Oh, yeah.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Never gets old. As Raptor went on to say, I would be shocked if Mirage launches in early 24, although 2.5 years of dev time was always super ambitious. Still think they will do everything to have it launch this year. Having Mirage early 24 and Red at the end of the same year is not ideal. And I would agree with that. Okay. Oh, the chat's bugged out again. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Everybody say hi in chat. We're back to putting the chat on screen. Okay. And honestly, all told, I think like whether or not this is in fact delayed to like just November or December of this year, or if it's delayed to next year or something. I think the fact that it's believable really tells you a lot. Like, as I've said before, perception often is more important than reality. Like, even if the truth is much more mellow and tame, if the public thinks that this other thing is true, that's what you have to deal with. Whether or not it's actually true doesn't really matter in the sphere of public influence and concern. And in this case, the fact that people are so ready to believe that it's been delayed till next year, that it's just another major issue with this game, I think reflects a severe lack of confidence, for one, in Ubisoft as a whole, and two, in Assassin's Creed as a franchise, which is just really kind of a bummer. It's a big bummer, because I would love this game to be awesome. I would love for this to be the return to form we're all hoping for. I would love for it to be amazing. It's probably not going to be, but I can dream, I can hope, I can wish. Perhaps foolishly, but I would like to, be surprised. Don't lie, Luke. Oh, man. Does Luke still have the Mr. Matty Plays saying the name of that comment? No, I'm going to add it. We'll go back after this. I'll add it to the soundboard and I'll save it so we have it permanently. And what I'm also going to do, guys, is for the Twitch stream, we can't do it on YouTube. For Twitch, we're going to have channel points redeem sound bites. So I'm going to add Amuamua as one of the sound bites. So you guys will be able to use channel points to randomly through the stream redeem those sound bites and have them play on stream, which will be super fun. So you can randomly play Nice and Long or Amuamua randomly, Okay. Nice and Long. Yep. Yeah, I can do that, Rocky. Remind me in a second. How do we wrap this up? I don't know. But honestly, that's kind of all there is to this. There's not much else to say. The data miner, who seems to have a track record of at least getting some data before, is saying that this is delayed probably just into the winter, which I find very, very reasonable. I don't even consider that to be like a leak. I consider that to just be reasonable inference from everything else we know. But I think the broader message of this leak dropping today is just how ready we all are to believe that there's yet another road bump in the Assassin's Creed Mirage road. And you know what? I think that's the lesson, is that this game really exemplifies a lot of concerns people have for the franchise and for the company as a whole. And Ubisoft is seemingly not doing anything to fix or quell those concerns, which is a big bummer. But I mean, to be honest, I don't really know what they could do, because at this point it's just it's just a little bit of a train wreck. But who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us at E3. Maybe they'll show some stuff that's really, really amazing. I don't know. But at this point, it looks like we're just going to have to wait until the middle of June to find out more about Assassin's Creed Mirage, about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and all of the other games that they're working on. We're just going to have to wait and see. Let's see. Do you think... I guess this could be a good one to mention. Proto does ask an interesting question. Luke, do you think Ubisoft will redeem themselves if they just get this new Assassin's Creed right? CDPR doesn't seem to be getting that much benefit of the doubt for the failure of Cyberpunk 2077. I think benefit of the doubt is a weird thing. For me, at least. I've said very publicly many times before, I'm not willing to give Bethesda Game Studios the benefit of the doubt. After Fallout 76, they basically scammed their consumers out of a lot of money, and they knew what they were doing. I don't care what anybody says. They knew what they were doing. And same with like CDPR. I can be excited about the next expansion for Cyberpunk. I can be excited for The Witcher 4 whenever that comes. I can be excited about all of these other games, but it doesn't mean that I'm just going to give them a blind pass because they did something really, really horrible to their fans and to the consumers and to you guys and to me. We shouldn't just be willing to forgive them because they said sorry. We're so sorry. We're so sorry. We got to hold their feet to the fire a little bit. And in the case of Ubisoft, it's not just one release that's been a broken pile of steaming horse garbage. It's been years of stuff like this. And so if they get Assassin's Creed Mirage right, and it's awesome, and it's 25 hours of lean, high-quality Assassin's Creed content, great. But does that mean that, like, we just forgive them for everything? Does that mean that we just, okay, well, Avatar's going to be awesome now. Everybody pre-order. No. Like, for Ubisoft, the amount of convincing they have to do is proportional to the amount of screw-ups they've had. And right now, they have way more screw-ups than companies like CDPR and BGS. Those companies made big single screw-ups, but Ubisoft, like, they did Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That was just as bad as Cyberpunk, just as bad as Fallout 76. It even implemented, like, NFTs and stuff. The difference was that people weren't that hyped for it in comparison to those other games. So it didn't stand out as much as those other games. But it still was a major, major screw-up. So... short answer, I don't think that they just redeem themselves with one good release. The only way that I'm going to have my faith reinstilled in Ubisoft is if they come back and they release 2 years worth of really high quality titles that are polished, refined, that are fun, innovative, and interesting. And let's be honest, that's kind of a big ask, but who knows? We will just have to wait and see. Okay. But that's going to do it from me. Do it from me? That sounds weird. But that's going to do it for me. Thanks for chilling. Well, let me do this. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everybody who's been hanging out with me live, for chilling with me and being in the video. If you want to be part of this community, just pop over to the link tree in the description or in the pinned comment and come over and say hi. We would love to have you. And no, Drizzy, I'm not going to do the gritty. No. If you want to see me do the gritty, you've got to come over here and, like, sub and stuff, okay? That's a special thing. Oh, man. Okay, everybody, much love. I'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye. All right, I think that works. Jacob, does that work? Did you get everything you needed? Do I need to film anything else? What do you think? I love bathing in chicken grease. Good. Has the gritty been delayed? Great. Breakpoint was so bad. Yeah, Breakpoint was just a disaster. It's really pathetic. Probably. Okay, let me know if you need anything else. We can do it. It's probably like just a 10-minute video, but at least it's something. Basically, for those of you, I mean, everybody in chat, I've got like a handful of videos actually, like, basically done. We've just been waiting to publish them because we have to get permission effectively from the sponsor, and we haven't gotten that yet. So now I'm just kind of like sitting on my hands waiting for that. So Okay. Yeah, Jacob said you need to hit the gritty. Oh man. Sitting on your hands. Yeah, it's a turn of phrase. That's something. Permission from the sponsor to do the gritty. Yeah, if the sponsor requires it, then I'll do it. Okay. If the sponsor comes back, if LG comes back and is like, we're only going to send the payout after you do the gritty, then you know what? I'll be forced. You will have forced my hands. Is Ubisoft the industry's closest bankruptcy candidate? No, like Ubisoft still takes in $2 billion a year, $3 billion a year. And in terms of downsizing, they can do that very quickly. They just need to stop spending $500 million on NFT projects. So I think they're fine, but they've just approached this as and treated the business as them being like your standard big tech company where you can just spend endless amounts of money and it doesn't matter. And they just can't do that anymore. They have to approach it like a business, you know. And so I think that they're fine. In terms of closest to bankruptcy, I mean, it's going to be the smaller guys. Like Focus Entertainment 3-4 years ago, if they had one big flop, then they were probably screwed. But they just picked their projects very, very smartly. So what do you mean you don't like NFTs in video games? Yeah. It's hard to feel bad for them. It's hard to feel bad for them because they just time and time again have been doing the stupidest thing possible, you know, time and time and time again. Let's see. Okay. No, we did that. We did that. We did that. Oh yeah, Crime Boss Rockay City dropped a new trailer as well. Ubisoft needs to get good. Yeah, honestly. Weren't there Ubisoft devs who were piling on Elden Ring, calling its design super old, and were salty that Elden Ring was getting so much success? I think it was one guy, if I recall correctly, it was one guy on Twitter who was a former Ubisoft dev who said that he personally didn't like the way they designed the UI and the questing structure in Elden Ring, which honestly is not that scandalous a thing. I think most people would probably express similar frustrations if they had to pick something to be frustrated with in Elden Ring. Like, Elden Ring's amazing, but my frustrations, yeah, I'd say there's probably a handful of side quest things that I forgot to do because there was no way to track it. And I don't see the problem with having a notebook that the player can find in the world that then collects and tracks your quests. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see why that would break the rest of the game's design. I don't see the issue with that. So I don't find that to be that scandalous of a thing. But of course it was a layup for people to be like, oh, see, no wonder Ubisoft games are terrible. They don't like Elden Ring. And it's it's one guy. Come on. It's one guy. AC News. Hold on. Oh my God, Rocky. God damn it. If we were on Twitch, that wouldn't have happened because the link preview would have popped up and we would have been fine. Unbelievable. Launch trailer. Oh, it launches tomorrow, doesn't it? I mean, this is what it is. This is the Crime Boss game.
Go, go, go! Eyes on target.
In a world where crime reigns, there's the boss. And on the other side,
That's it. We end
the
this.
top cop.
Charge.
He just has a sword.
Rockay City, the crown jewel of Florida,
Let's get the party started, huh?
where the ocean meets crime.
Say hello to my little crazy amigo. Take everything. Fucking blow.
Oh my God, the motion blur is so aggressive. Am I the only one that's having a stroke just trying to focus on a single object?
Forget the past. That's the key. Try again. I look forward to it.
You ever get that feeling? You just know you got what it takes to be the boss. Well, me.
Oh, Harry, first I've seen of this and it's hard pass. Are you aware that Vanilla Ice is in this game? Yeah. Gonna change your mind quick.
I was born with it.
Could be good. We rule everything.
Maybe you should change your team. Get better friends and try again.
He just has a horse in the middle of like a bar. You know what? I appreciate that they are like leaning into the gag of Chuck Norris. Chris Norris is somebody else. Of Chuck Norris just being a bizarre, like, look, they even lined him up with the eagle in the background so he has wings. Like they very carefully arranged this shot in a very cool way. So like they're leaning into it. I don't think it's supposed to be that serious. You gotta love it. That's pretty great.
Getting to the throne ain't easy. But this here's my shot. And I'm gonna end up 6 feet deep or on top of the world. Before I'm done, baby. Baker. They're gonna know my name.
I don't know, man. I think it's probably gonna be pretty especially like I don't think reviews have dropped, have they? I don't think they've dropped reviews, and I think that's for a very good reason. Crime Boss Rockay City review. I think they did previews. We watched the previews 3 weeks ago, but I don't think they they're not. They haven't allowed reviews to go up. That's never a great sign when they do same day release reviews. That's not great. That's not great. If you're lacking that much confidence in your product that you are doing that, like, I'm a little worried about that. How much did the studio have to pay? Probably most of their budget, honestly. You remember that cringy presentation from the Game Awards? I think the narrator is the guy with the 2 bodyguards. Oh, yeah. That was really, really weird. They really screwed themselves up launching this the same year as Payday 3. People like me looking for that type of game are just going to wait for the original devs to do it better. Yeah. Well, and it's just like I would love to be the fly on the wall to just hear like the process of the decisions that go into like, okay, so do we send it off for reviews? Because they had to decide not to. Like they had to pick. I'm going to slightly change the focus on this camera. Just ever so slightly. Is that enough? Is that enough? Yeah, that's good. They had to change, like they have to sit down and be like, okay, is this game good enough that we're going to like get good reviews? Or are we going to get bad reviews? If we're going to get bad reviews, then we need to not send the game out for a review. We'll just allow reviews to go up on launch day. Like the devs would have to decide, like our game probably is not going to be received that well. It kind of sucks. So they just don't send it out. And I would just love to be the fly on the wall that listens to that conversation of them trying to figure that out, you know? What are these camera angles, Luke? New ones? Usually. Let's just be honest. It's not a Luke stream unless there's 15 new camera angles. Let's be real. Because I constantly change it all the time. All the time. Never dull moment. Let's see. Let's see. What else is there? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy XVI dropped a trailer too. pretty. Sexy. Sexy is what that is. Looks cool, but I want to see some combat. They did show some combat.
Final Fantasy XVI ちょっと紹介させていただきます。
All right, so next we're going to talk a little bit about the game itself.
Battle
シリー
system.
ズ初のチャレンジとしてリアルタイムのアクションバトルというところに、ものすごくこだわって作ってきました。
And so our dedication has been to create this exciting combat system that, for the first time in the series, introduces full real-time action combat.
特にですね、今回召喚獣にフィーチャーした召喚獣同士の激突を描いた召喚獣合戦、これらすべての要素でまるでハリウッドの超大作映画をその手で
Here's some gameplay.
Ready, my lady.
Ready.
Now. 16 times the combat. I have it here. One of these.
16 times the detail.
Yeah. Pretty sexy.
ありがとうございます。Thank you。まあ今日のパネルまだまだしていたんですが、いよいよそのマザークリスタルから
We just watched
溢れ
this
出
little
る
bit.
エーテルが枯渇し始めたというところから物語は始まっていく。
This is what it looks like when you're actually playing it. Now I know some people we were watching the gameplay last time and people were like, I kind of don't like the UI. And I actually totally get that. One of my frustrations with these games is usually the UI, the big damage numbers all over the screen, the health bars above every enemy. I would imagine you can customize most of that stuff, turn it off if you don't like it. I will say when you're playing these games, usually you tune it out pretty quick. So just because in the gameplay footage it stands out, in the gameplay it doesn't. It doesn't. But I don't think you're crazy if that's how you feel, because I've also had the same impression, and I'm sure a lot of other people have as well. Close the window. It's getting cold. In this room, it's not common to get cold. That's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Yeah, particle effects. Yeah, they do love them some particle effects for real. Yeah, the combat's designed by the guy who did Devil May Cry. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean. Hold on, I almost just rickrolled myself because I almost accidentally refreshed the page. Damn it, Rocky. I told him, I was like, you're not going to be able to rickroll me. And then he rickrolls me. Okay, Sean, I'll check it just a second. I'm going to pull this up. Come on. Come on. Okay, hold on. There was one I wanted to see. Diablo 4. It was specifically Necromancer. Because Because apparently I'm not the only one that like totally broke the Necromancer thing. Here. This is it. So I went back and I played a little bit of Diablo 3 in preparation for this, and I will say Diablo 3, okay, those of you who played Diablo 3 back in the day, let me know if I was alone in this, but I feel like necromancers are broken as shit in Diablo 3, and it feels like they're also really, really broken in Diablo 4. Am I alone in that perception, or is that like a pretty common thing? Because maybe I'm missing something, but to me, it feels like super hella broken. Like in a fun way, honestly, it's kind of fun, but yeah, all of my notifications are off. Oh, I probably have things going to scheduled summary, probably. Oh, Sean. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Sean. That's very, very generous. Thank you. When we finally get the frickin' Twitch thing going, then those notifications will pop up. The PayPal donations will show right up on stream. But on YouTube, I haven't figured out a way to get it working. Very generous, Sean. Thank you so much. Poggers to Sean, everybody. Poggers in the chat. Poggers in the chat. Why do I feel like it's broken? Basically, so like what you're seeing them do here, they're doing a thing where for one, they're popping cursed on the floor. And I guess I could even show you some of my own gameplay to demonstrate this too, because I recorded a good amount last night as well. OBS. It was a little later. Maybe if I go here. Okay. So like with this, we were running through this dungeon. Where is it a little later? So what you can do is basically like you can curse an area. This is pretty early gameplay. This is like level 15. But you can curse an area, which gives a big circle that makes it so if you stack your character in a certain way, the cursed enemies receive like 10% extra damage. And then you can also set it up so you can increase the likelihood that somebody, when they die, drops a corpse. And then you can, as a necromancer, explode the corpses, which, like, if you apply your skill points right, the likelihood of corpses dropping goes up a ton. And then you can also greatly increase the damage that exploding corpses do, which causes more people to die, which causes more corpses to drop for you to blow up. And so you can just cycle it to the point where it starts to get a little stupid pretty quick. You can see here I'm just popping it off while my scythe dudes go off and start unloading. And it can, at times, feel a little bit busted, if I'm being totally real. Yeah, then I caught up to Caleb. Then we go in here. There was one section we were playing where it was, like, actually ridiculous. Was it in here? Oh, this is pretty early. I don't think it was this far back. But I mean, all told, they can break pretty easily. Still super fun. Really enjoyed it. I don't normally like ARPGs like that, but I had a really good time with it. But man, you can bust it. You can bust it pretty easy. Also, I am not used to this. They have the Diablo 4 footage, they have it in ultra wide. Like, this is my full screen right now. This isn't cropped for me at all. That's not common at all. Pretty baller of them to drop gameplay in ultra wide. Not used to that. Wow. Okay. Is it a fun game? I feel like it's too repetitive. Can you talk about the gameplay loop in this game? I mean, it's ARPGs 99% of the time. It comes down to you run here, you kill a bunch of people so that you get stuff that gives your arbitrary numbers an increase, and then you repeat the process. So you're getting more powerful by getting better loot and by leveling up. And in that loop, there's an inherent satisfaction of the numbers keep rising. You keep dealing more and more damage. You get better and better loot, more and more legendary items, you know, and in that capacity, you can have a lot of fun. It's not for everybody, but it's like when it clicks, it really clicks. And for me, like, it wasn't a game that I normally would be really into, but I decided to try it, and I've had a lot of fun. A bit of a digression, but have you seen the behind the scenes of "You Will Be a Monster" moment in God of War by Chris Judge? Please watch if you haven't. Yeah, I've watched like pretty much every behind the scenes, the making of, everything related to those games. Pretty much all of the PlayStation exclusives that have done documentaries like that. I was super bummed they didn't do a documentary for Ragnarok. That was a big bummer. They did a couple of clips that were like behind the scenes, but nothing specific, which was kind of a bummer. I would have loved another documentary, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm sure they had their reasons. Oh, speaking of Weatherman, it's Dreamcast Gaming, guys. Look.
Temps, and we're all doing okay. Wow, 750 degrees in Gila Bend right now. And 1,270 in Ahwatukee. Now, I'm not authorized to evacuate Ahwatukee, but this temperature seems pretty high.
Cave Creek is really
Yeah, Cave Creek, Fountain Hills, they don't look good either. And frankly, Wickenburg is a total loss. Oh my God. You might as well just get out of anywhere along this 60 here. It's very warm. Surprise is starting to heat up as well at 1,300 degrees. So again, the safe spots seem to be Chandler and Mesa. Scottsdale is doing okay so far, but you know, you're sort of surrounded by some pretty intense heat. So, you know, starting to heat up as well.
And if you're in Wickenburg, it's over. Just get out. Just get out. I've been here, actually. I've spent time in this Arizona area. Chandler's really nice. Scottsdale is like stupid rich. It's like actually ridiculous. Scottsdale, we went to the mall, and the mall had like multiple Gucci, Armani, Louis Vuitton stores on the same floor of the mall. Like the second floor, there was a Gucci store on the other side, separated by a walkway. Like two different Gucci stores. It was ridiculous. I was blown away. Like the whole parking lot, there's a separate parking lot for the rich people where they park their like Bugattis and Lambos and stuff. And, you know, all the poor people park in the regular parking lot. It was like a little ridiculous. And I guess I just never thought of Scottsdale, Arizona as like a hub of wealth and fortune. But apparently it's like kind of known for that. There's a lot of money in Scottsdale. It's ridiculous. I worked in Denver for a while, and I never saw places that were that bougie in Denver even. And you would think Denver, Colorado. You'd think Colorado, there's probably more people like that, but apparently not. It's crazy. Got the same feeling in Ventura Mall when I visited Miami. Yeah. Well, and the frustrating thing, honestly, it was kind of gross, if I'm being real. But the mall was plastered all over the place in these signs. Like, you know, those signs of buy now, play later. Buy now, pay in 4 equal installments at 0 interest. You know, stuff like that. They don't mention to you that if you miss a single payment, you basically have to pay double. It's ridiculous. But there were all of these people that were like, honestly, they should not be buying anything Gucci. That's not even like a scam. I don't think anybody should be, but these people definitely couldn't afford it. Because like I saw one guy, he was walking out of the mall. We had parked. We were about to go in, but we were unloading the baby and everything. And this guy comes out with his big Gucci bags, like the bags that you get stuff in when you buy it. And he's walking out into, again, I said there was a rich parking lot and a poor parking lot. He's going into the poor parking lot. And I see him take these Gucci bags, put them in the trunk of like a probably like a 1998 Toyota Camry, very old and busted up. And he puts them in the trunk and then he gets in and leaves. And I'm like, either he's just super rich. He's like an Asmongold guy. He's super rich and he loves Gucci stuff. But then he also likes driving the beat up car. Or he's buying those things on like credit cards. Because you can't buy a brand new car on a credit card. But he's buying like the Gucci stuff on credit cards or the buy now, pay later things. And is just like slowly ruining his life by spending money on $600 socks, you know, for the status symbol. Apparently, one of the biggest issues within the mall was not just like theft of nice things that people buy in those stores, but specifically theft of like the paper and plastic bags from those stores. Because people will go to the mall to walk around carrying empty Gucci, Louis Vuitton, whatever bags. So people in the mall see them carrying those bags and think that they're rich. It's like a status thing. People walk around with empty, and sometimes what I don't know if this is true. This was something that, you know, one of the family members told me. That sounds right. I mean, if you take that, then this sounds right. But they said that some people even go on. He's like, if you check on like eBay and like Alibaba and places like that, you can buy knockoff Gucci bags and knockoff Louis Vuitton bags, so that not like purses, but like paper bags, so you can walk around the malls and look rich, like you just shopped in those places. I'm like, how screwed up is your sense of self-worth that you have to go and bring your own fake bags to pretend that you went shopping in a place that's super expensive, so that people who you don't know might see you and think, oh, that person must be rich because they have 5 Gucci bags. Like, I honestly, I feel a little bad because, like, your life has to suck if that's how you do things, right? Like, if you care that much of what people think of you while walking through the mall, like, what? It blows my mind. Blows my mind. But some people are honestly like that. It's crazy. I know people used to leave price tags on new clothing so they could show that they have new shoes and such. Ugh. Why drive a Toyota then? I talk as someone with a Toyota. They don't make you look rich. They make you look like somebody who really loves Japanese cars. Well, it depends. In Colorado, if you drive a 4Runner, it's a 4Runner or it's 4Runner and the 4... Hold on. Toyota 4... Is it the 4Runner I'm thinking of? Yeah, I think it is the 4Runner. So apparently the 4Runners in Toyota or in Colorado, these things, people look at you and they think that you're super, super cool. I don't personally get it, but some people look at these and they think, oh, wow, you've got life figured out. The other one is, maybe not car, SUVs. 4Runners. The RAV4s are really popular in Colorado too. I think they're just good snow cars, honestly. Hello. But yeah, Toyota, people think that you're super cool if you have one of those. Hello. Let me see if I can swap this one. Oh, it's so bright. Open. Hello. Can you say hi to everybody? Hi. Hi, everybody. Oh, can you show them your dinosaur? Yeah. Can you show them? Show them your dinosaur. Hi, everybody. Oh. Oh. Is that your dinosaur? What does a dinosaur say? Roar.
There used to be gusto behind that. Now it's just like roar.
It's just roar. Oh, oh, oh. That's silly. Okay. You want to play with the Legos? You want to go check those out?
Dad. Yeah, okay.
It's like, Dad, I'm trying to look cool.
Whoa.
He's a good fella. He's a good fella. How are you? Good.
Had plans to go places and just ended up cleaning.
It's very, very snowy. But it's like last night there was a storm, so it's like gusty snowy. It's not like fun snowy. It's like it's concrete and then 2 feet of snow and then concrete again. So it feels and drives like you're in 2 feet of snow, even though all told it probably only snowed like an inch or two. But it just gusted around. Oh yeah.
The Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby.
Holy cannoli.
Oh.
Looking at the RAV4.
Because somebody said that Toyota cars make people think that you're just really into Japanese cars. And I was like, in Colorado, people go crazy. They go gaga over like RAV4s and stuff. I don't personally get it. They're not my kind of cars. I like the bells and whistles. I like having the like cool computer stuff running. I like that stuff more, but that's just me.
There is something weirdly, like, I never thought I'd step into a Honda and be like, wow, this is far more technologically advanced. But there is something about it, like, versus a Toyota. Okay.
What you doing? Oh, he's hard at work.
Do you help?
Oh, yeah?
Okay. Got it. We got there. Hey. Oh.
He's just very busy. He's got to arrange everything and put everything away. And
That's new.
Sweden here just switches from rain to snow every day. I like the rain. I'm a little fed up with the snow, I'm going to be real, but I like the rain. It's empty. What car do you own? We have like a Honda CRV. Yeah. I used to have a Honda Accord and I loved that thing, but I had to sell it
So we could have health insurance.
so we could pay for health insurance. The car was way more fun. The car was a lot more fun. Health insurance is boring and stupid expensive in the US. Like, I had a 2019 Honda Accord EXL. It was great. And I had to sell the entire car just so that we could have health insurance. Get a Volvo? I grew up with Volvos. I had a Volvo. I think it was called like an 800. It was a 2000 Volvo 2000. Or was it 1996? It was a 96. My second car was a 2000. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this thing. 850. It was a Volvo 850. This is like the exact car. Hold on. Accept cookies. Yes. Hold on. Where's the picture of it? No. Okay. This is it. This was my first car in like 2016. It was 20 years old when I got it. But it was a Volvo 850 station wagon. And did we replace the brakes on the red one or on the black one? Okay. Yeah, this thing was I think I bought it for I want to say it was like $1,500 or $1,000 or something like that.
The issue with Volvos in Colorado, though, is you have to find like a specialty mechanic.
Yeah, there is a guy. If you ever need to go, and get Volvo stuff repaired, Carl Duke Volvo. This is the guy I took all my Volvos to. Here in Fort Collins, Colorado. There are the mountains off in the distance. It's in like the far east of the town, kind of in the middle of nowhere. But he only services Volvos, as you can see. Volvos as far as the eye can see, and is very specialized. He knows what he's doing. Like when that red car was basically done, it was like dying and everything. He took it and like took the whole thing apart. And his whole thing was like, yeah, we take all the cars apart, see if we can salvage them and fix them. And if we can't, we just take the pieces, break down the pieces, and then we like, you know, use those parts for repairing all of the others that come in, because a bunch of the Volvo parts are interchangeable. And then like when my second car was the 2000 V60, maybe. It was this V70. This was my exact car. Nikki's sister made fun of me, said it looked like a hearse. Didn't talk to her for like a year and a half. Mine didn't look that cool. This is way cooler than mine. Mine was like, I mean, it looked kind of, it looked like an old person's car. I mean, because that's what it was. But apparently, like, to get it working, yeah, I mean, this is my exact one. But to get it working. Oh, bye-bye, Dada. Can I have a hug? Oh, thank you. Can I have fun with Mama? Oh. Hug Mama. Bye, I love you.
You got your dinosaur?
Oh, do you need your dino?
Where's your dinosaur? Can you get him?
Here he is.
My blood pressure just tanked.
Now go grab a snack. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, Yaba.
Say bye, guys.
Be nice to your mama. Bye. I love you. What a cutie. But anyway, apparently to get it working, he took apart the whole car, like down to the individual panels. And that's how they train people in this place. They break the cars down like this one, take the whole thing apart piece by piece, and then they reassemble it. And after they've reassembled it, then they are confident it's going to work well, so then they'll sell it to you. But Luke's a Volvo pony. I mean, I liked my Volvos. I will say I had a ton of repairs all the time on them, but I think that's more that they were 20-year-old cars. So I don't think it's fair for me to say that, oh, it was terrible because we had to repair it all the time. I mean, they were 20-year-old cars, so of course stuff was breaking down all the time. But with my parents had one of these, whatever this is called. My parents had one of these. You see them all over the lot, like this one. Who knows? That might be my parents. My dad loves his bumper stickers. I don't know when this was taken. September 21? No, so it's not. They got rid of theirs before that. But they had, according to Carl Duke, according to the man himself, they had a lemon. He's like, these cars are some of the most reliable. They're some of the most popular. People love them. But yours is a lemon. He's like, it's constantly breaking. I don't know what it is. It just cannot keep itself together. That car had to get repaired so often. It was rough. It was rough. But my sister had one like this. Again, probably a 20-year-old car. And she also had a ton of repairs due. I went to help my sister move back to Colorado from Michigan. So I flew out to Michigan, Grand Rapids, and I took her car, which was this one just like this. And then we drove that from Michigan all the way back to Colorado, and it made it the whole way. but it did blow a cylinder. Like in the last half hour of the drive, we were like so close, and then it blew a cylinder. But it's tough because I'm like, all of these old Volvos work and run really well, but I don't know if like the fact I had to constantly get repairs was because Volvos just need more repairs, or if it was because they were 20-year-old cars, and like a 20-year-old Honda would have been doing the same thing, you know? So I don't know. Yeah, don't you love it when mechanics tell you, I don't know what's wrong with your car? Yeah. That's basically what it was. They would fix it, they would do it, but it was, I get it. My parents were very frustrated because they're like, what the hell is going on? Like, it can't be this complicated to fix. Like, there's got to be just something going wrong. But like, the struts needed replacement constantly. I think they, in the like few years that they owned the car, they had to replace the struts like twice. It was crazy. But I don't know. Maybe we did have one of these, like the newer V70s. And that was one of the family cars for a while. And then when my little brother Eli was born, he was like 6 months old. And some dumbass had been like, I don't remember if he was drinking and driving or if he was just tipsy or what. But they went up like a big hill, kind of like this one. They went up a big hill, and then a guy tried to run a red light and ran into them and like T-boned them. And my little brother Eli was fine. My mom and dad in the front seats were fine, but my mom was obviously very shaken up. But I mean, they're safe cars because they got T-boned. I don't think they were T-boned on the side Eli was on. I think Eli was like on this side, and then they were T-boned from this side. But they're safe cars. So, how often did they suspect you were doing something to need those frequent repairs? Honestly, when they like for the struts and stuff on this, I will say my brother Joe was driving the car during that time, I think. And I was in the car with him a few times. And like, if there's a speed, like, look at it, like here out of this parking lot, there's like a very steep, you can't really tell. But this is like super steep. You go up on this little ridge here and it feels like you're at 40 degrees. It's very, very steep. And when a normal person would turn from this road onto that and then down into the parking lot, they would slow down. My brother Joe doesn't. He just hooks it and like Tokyo drifts around the corner. And when he goes off over it, he guns it, and then he like, the car does like a whole little worm move on the road. So I think most of that was probably my brother and the way he drove this thing, because my parents would let him borrow it to go drive to work. But I don't know, maybe I'll go to Carl Duke and I'll be like, hey, listen, I'm down to buy a car. I'd like to have another car. Do you have any used ones that are good? And see if he has. I'd be fine with buying like one of these olders just as a backup car. It's difficult right now because like if Nikki goes off and does something, I'm home with the baby. I can't go to do anything. I have no backup plan. Like if Lockie needs to go to the doctor, I can't go because we only have one car. It's been fine so far, knock on wood, but it's a little stressful to not have that backup, you know? Ollie, good to see you. Epic KP, sorry, this is Carl Duke Volvo Repair. And this is the car auto shop place that in Fort Collins, Colorado, that I've spent a lot of time and a good amount of money at. Because all through high school and college, I drove a 2000 V70, and before that I drove like a 1996 Volvo station wagon, like 850. So like I drove this car and then the even older version of this car. Honestly, this might be like a 97 or a 98. I drove the 1996 version of this car during like right out of high school for the first couple of years of college, and then I upgraded and got I don't even see one that's quite right. It was the 2000 version of this car. This one looks like maybe a 2003 or 4, but yeah. Carl Duke, if you ever need a Volvo and you're in Colorado or anywhere, very good guy. They do very good work, and they've got great stuff. I'm from Sweden. Everybody drives Volvo here. I believe it. Volvos, I've always heard, are great cars. I liked my car. Like I mentioned, I had to repair it constantly, but I don't know if that's because, like, again, it just needed repairs a ton, or if it was just a freaking 20-year-old car, which I think is more likely what it was. But for me, like, driving in town, it was fine. It was fine. Plus, it's really nice to have a shop like this where all they do are Volvos. Like, that's all they do. If you have this car break down and it needs a part, they can just go over, and they just had one of these totaled over here. And so they just open up the hood, they take the part out they need, and they put it in here for $20. Like, it's super nice to have that. No car brand has a perfect lineup. Do your research on what they have available before you pull up and get sold another lemon. Yeah. Well, and it's just tough when you do everything you do everything right, but you just have a lemon. I think, like I said, a lot of the reason they had a lemon is because my brother was driving like a maniac and was treating this car like, because it was an olive one of these right here. And I mean, it just had a handful of problems, but I think it's because he drove it like it was an off-roading Jeep or something, you know. He was very, very hard on the car. Then my sister's car, like this, whatever this is, V60, I think. It was a very good car, but it also was like 20 years old, and they drove it across the country, and it's always going to put a lot of pressure on it. But yeah, I look at these cars, I get so nostalgic because I remember driving these things around town. Man, good old days. Get a Rivian, me being the broken record. Do you have a Rivian, Urine? Is that what it is? You have a Rivian? I don't know. I've heard really mixed things about Rivians. Some people love them. I see them around town a lot. Some people love them, but I'll be real. I'm a little suspicious. 'Cause it seems like the I don't know, maybe the build quality is better than Tesla. I know Tesla doesn't have great build quality. That's what I've heard. Hard pass on Rivian. I just think, like, I love the idea of the Rivian, but the fact that it's not even like the build quality is really iffy worries me. They're sick in person. I mean, at this point, I've lost like all faith in Tesla. I've had my Tesla.com. I've had my Cybertruck pre-ordered since 2019. I wonder if I can actually show you. Can I show you? Account. Let me try logging in. At Gmail. Yeah, I do totally have it. Cybertruck manage pre-order. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I'm not joking when I say I have the thing pre-ordered. Is the reservation number like not something you want to share? Probably not. That's probably important. Here, I'll just do this. I'll screenshot it, and then I'll put it in MS Paint, and then I'll paint out the number. That's what we'll do. Look at us being resourceful. Okay, brush, heavy, and then So this is the one I pre-ordered back in the day. This is what it looks like. So I have had it pre-ordered for a long time. I can pull up the exact date. I'm sure they probably have it listed here. Order agreement, maybe. Is it dated? No. Reservation number, home, charging, sign out. Do they really not have a date on it? I don't know. They have a big scary document that's like all of the details and legal stuff tied to it. But I've had it pre-ordered forever because I thought it was awesome. And I was going into commercial real estate at the time. And I was like, oh, well, I'll need a nice car. So I'll pre-order the nice car. And when it eventually is available, I'll be able to afford it at that point. Which, by like, for the record, never do that. Never, ever do that. Oh, in the future, I'll be able to afford it, so I'll pre-order it now. No, that's what a dumbass does. I was a dumbass. Don't do that. But now I can technically afford it. However, honestly, like, I don't think I would... like, if they emailed me right now on stream and said, hey, it's available, I don't think I would redeem it. Because, for one, I'm really iffy on the build quality. I've heard very mixed messages. Some of the other stuff they've shown, it seems like they're making active steps backwards. I'm really worried that it's taken, at this point, almost 4 years, and they don't seem to be making hardly any progress at all. That's really, really strange. To say in the agreement, after X number of years, you get your car, or this is free. No, that would have been nice, though. would have been a great addition. Cybertruck. Didn't they just show it off, though? I think they just revealed something. With new updates, everything you need to know about the Cybertruck. Here, this. Apparently there's like an update to it.
On today's episode, a new patent for Cybertruck's ultra-hard stainless steel, Giga Berlin reaches production milestones ahead of schedule, and SpaceX releases specs on the Starlink V2 mini stainless steel alloy that will compose the exoskeleton structure of the Cybertruck. Elon Musk even confirmed that invention via Twitter, writing "new metal" below a Tasmanian article on the patent. Musk has hinted since 2019 that Tesla would be using some new type of alloy for their Cybertruck, often referred to as 30X stainless steel, which would indicate that it is a 300 series stainless, with the X being the unknown, unique variation. But it's taken a bit for the company's engineers to get the method and materials to the point they could patent it. Basically, what it describes is a type of stainless steel that is produced in the cold-worked or cold-rolled fashion, meaning that the metal is shaped at temperatures below the point at which the crystalline structure of the steel molecules can reform. This forces the steel's molecular structure to...
Dude, honestly, I would be kind of pissed if they have been delaying this so much just so that they could eventually get like a patent on the metal. You know? Like, I'd be kind of bummed about that. Like, I've been waiting 4 years just so you can like try to get it tweaked enough so that you can get a patent on it. Like, I get it, but I'm kind of annoyed. Like, God damn it. You know?
Push together and harden, normally at the cost of becoming more brittle. But despite this method being fairly common in the industry, the numbers we are given for this new steel alloy in the Tesla patent aren't overly helpful for drawing comparisons to other common steels. We're given numbers in the HV or Vickers hardness scale for tensile strength, but unfortunately not the follow-up numbers that would indicate over what area the test was applied to or for how long. This means we can't really figure out how the new metal stacks up against average stainless steels in the 300 category.
Oh, you remember that reveal? Do you remember that reveal? Oh, man. I wonder if I could find that. Cybertruck announcement. Do you remember what happened when they did this? I just miss when Tesla would reveal stuff and actually have stuff to show. To be fair, I understand why some people think it looks ugly as hell. But I actually think it looks cool. And honestly, if you're going to drive a very expensive car, why not have it be a little weird? Like, that's where I'm at.
Part of this is the fundamental design change. We moved the mass to the outside. We created an exoskeleton. So normally the way that a truck is designed, you have a body on frame, you have a bed on frame, and the body and the bed don't do anything useful. They're carried like cargo, like a sack of potatoes. It was the way that aircraft used to be designed, when they had biplanes, basically. The key to creating an effective monoplane was a stressed skin design. You move the stress to the outside skin. It allows you to do things that you can't do with a body on frame. So we're able to make the skin out of thick, ultra hard stainless steel. It's really hard. We're going to show you just how hard.
Do it, Elon.
Franz has a sledgehammer.
I admire the balls. To do this.
Yeah, don't hold back. Okay.
They should have invited somebody from the audience.
It's a regular truck door. Want me to do this? Go, do it.
The giggle.
Yeah. Yeah, hit it a couple times.
You want to hit it again? All right.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Now hit the Cybertruck.
I love how he's just like, yeah, our brand new thing. Go ahead and hit it with a sledgehammer. Hit it harder.
Yeah. Really wind up. Nail it. Yeah.
It's gonna be like driving a brick. Yeah, I it does look like he's holding back a little bit, but you know, I can understand that.
You want a truck that's really tough, not fake tough? You want a truck you can take a sledgehammer to? A truck that won't scratch, doesn't dent. What else can we do with this truck?
Oh, this would have been so cool if it worked, but it really didn't.
What if we shot it? Let's shoot it.
Let's shoot it.
Got OSHA. I mean, come on. So that's a 9mm bullet shot at the door. We're in California, unfortunately. But the 9mm, it is literally bulletproof to a 9mm handgun. That's how strong the skin is. So it's ultra hard, cold rolled stainless steel alloy that we've developed. We're going to be using the same alloy in the Starship rocket and in the Cybertruck.
Well, that's kind of cool.
You're welcome.
That's kind of cool that you're driving a car with the same metal as like in a Starship. Like, that's cool.
Truck doors might as well be made of tissue paper. That looks like a paintball. Very different.
Yeah, where is it?
So, when you say something's built tough, that's what we mean.
Oh, this is so bad. Buckle up. It's about to get cringe, dude. It's about to get cringe.
Franz, could you try to break this glass, please?
Buckle up.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, goodness, dude. They're doing the showcase. Yeah. Try to break it, bro. That he does.
Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
I love Elon's reaction.
Sure?
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Should we try on the board?
Sorry? Okay. It didn't go through. So that's a plus side.
Let's try the right.
Try that one, really? Okay. Sure.
You want to be like, no, that was a fluke. This one won't break. And then it breaks as well. Oops. Apparently, Elon said after the event, he's like, we tested this. We had duplicate doors and glass that we tested multiple times with the same ball, and it wouldn't break. It bounced off. He's like, we go on stage, and it just doesn't. Like, it breaks immediately. He's like, I don't know what happened, what the fluke was, but yeah, really weird.
Oh, man, it didn't go through.
I think, yeah, if I remember right, Crimson, I think they even shared the video of the test they did behind the stage before they went up. I think they shared that. Maybe I can find that after this, but.
All right. Not bad. Room for improvement. All right, let's see. So, yeah. We did actually throw everything. We threw wrenches. We threw everything. We even literally threw the kitchen.
Hear this. So, they did test it, and they show it just bouncing off. So, they had like experimented with it. They were confident it was gonna work. And yeah, right before launch, guess we have some improvements to make before production. Haha. So they had tested it, and then they go on stage and it cracks both times because of course
at the glass, and it didn't break for some weird reason. It broke now. I don't know why.
Let's see. What he said was, it's a gay line, but maybe we should have thrown the ball out the window before he decided to hit it. Oh crap! I just closed. Damn it. What he said was, yup, sledgehammer impact on the door, cracked base of glass, which is why the steel ball didn't bounce off. Should have done steel ball on window, then sledgehammer on the door. Oops. So it's the order they chose to do it that screwed it up.
Should just fix it in post. So, in addition, the car has an adaptive air suspension. It's literally adaptive air suspension. So this will come standard on all the cars. I think this is actually a very important design element because if you have if every truck has the ability to adjust the ride height, so you can go very low or very high, so you can be efficient on the highway, and you can also go off-roading. It's going to have the highest clearance of any production truck. So we're going to have about a 16-inch clearance. And you can adjust this on the fly. So it's adaptive damping and adaptive ride height. These are actually extremely important for a truck. Because trucks, when you only drive them, they're either too cushy or they're too hard. You need it to be able to adjust dynamically depending upon what the load is. If you've got a lot of people on board, if you've got a full bed in the back, it's got to adjust accordingly. So, yeah. Let's talk about the, we call it the Vault. Cybertruck Vault. So, let's see. Yeah. Let's demo this active.
$4.99. Currently,
they're all so
people's
stressed.
Drains covered in doo-doo, but question for
oh no.
Dead Space remake or RE4 remake?
Thank you, Brandon, for the $4.99. Honestly, I've been having more fun with RE4 remake. Frankly, the Dead Space remake is good, but like, I just think I like Resident Evil 4 more than I like Dead Space. Just honestly, like in some moods, maybe Dead Space, but Dead Space is so stressful, it's kind of miserable at times just to get through because it's so high suspense and thrilling in that way. Whereas RE4, I've been having a really good time with just kind of working my way through steadily. Yeah, both incredible. Absolutely. Both are great. There's no wrong answer. I just think personally, I would say that Resident Evil 4 is probably more right.
The rear is 100 cubic feet, 6.5 foot length, bed length, up to 3,500 pounds of payload. Yeah. And it can tow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is funny.
Yeah, but it was uphill. So let's see, on-road the performance.
And like at the time, these stats were insane. But now this isn't that remarkable, all the stuff that he's showing. Because there's a lot of others in the market that are doing this that are available. Which is where I'm frustrated. Because I'm like, I pre-ordered this 4 years ago. And now, like 3-4 years ago. And now we're looking at eventually getting it maybe? Like, what are we doing? So, I don't know. I would love to do it. I'd love to get it, but yeah, $570 a month. I wish, dude. It's not going to be that much. It's going to be a lot more. Nowadays, it's going to be a lot more. Anyway. Take a ride with me. Thank you for the $2.99 Fortnite Unreal Engine editor pros and cons. I mean, I don't know what the cons would be. Like, it's free to use. You can do a lot with it. It seems to work really, really well. People who know what they're doing are really impressed by it. Just across the board, it seems like just a win, 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 win. Is it going to replace like actual game dev and game engines? No, but I don't think anybody was saying that, you know. So. Oh no, Rocky. Oh no. Oops. Jacob, are you still in here? Did you already render that? Did you already render that? Because if not, we could stitch this one last little tidbit on. Wow. And statement, they said they've decided to move in a different direction. Okay. Who's even presenting at E3 anymore? It was, I mean, it was all pretty much just left to Ubisoft and I think EA and those guys. I mean, honestly, like when we went to E3, it was really cool seeing all of the big brands there, but I think it's just super expensive. And nowadays it's not that expensive to just do your own thing. So I think they're just doing that. They say that they're going to be having their own Ubisoft Forward event on June 12th in Los Angeles. Here, I think Jacob's probably away from the stream. Let me text him real quick. Because it would be nice to be able to cover this and toss it in there, because this is also just breaking. Back into the stream for a sec. Oh man. I don't think this affects anything that we've seen, because I think they probably still announce like Mirage and everything else at their own event. I don't think that affects it, but it is a big blow to E3. Oof. That's a big oof, dude. That's a I get it, but it's also still just like big bummer. Big bummer. Details in email. In the interest of time, I ask pre-approval, meaning once it is shut out. Okay. Okay, Rocky DMs. What's it? Ooh, nice. With our font too. Look at that, Rocky. I like that. Yeah, we can put that on a loop for the stream. I like that. Nice, Rocky. Yeah, okay. So that's a big oof. That's a big bum. Big bummer bum. Let's see. Did Jacob get back in here yet? Or is he still AFK? I think he's AFK. Yeah, E3's been diminishing for a long time. It has been. And honestly, it's super expensive. It's super, I'm sure, time consuming to handle and juggle.
Peggy 18.
What is playing? What? Something Peggy 18. E3 2019. Or I was going to do show floor. Show floor. Hey, Jacob, are you already exporting the video? The Ubisoft delay thing we just shot? Because there was just another thing posted where Ubisoft's pulling out of E3, and I was wondering if we could stitch on like a 60-second addendum. Let me know. E3 South Hall Tour. This is it. Who knows? Maybe I'm in this video, not realizing it. So this is what E3 looked like. Not yet. I'm making it all fancy. Okay. Well then, Jacob, let's just quickly film this little addendum and we'll stitch this on at the end. And we'll just do that. Everybody say hi in chat. Say hi to YouTube because we're going to stitch this on. So if you want to be in the YouTube video and you weren't here earlier, say hi. So fill up chat with that. Luke, thank you also for 2 months. Hey, how you been doing, Lord? Steven's massive PP energy from you. Small PP energy from Ubisoft. Also, content grind is honestly grueling, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, Luke, never a dull moment. You got to keep it going. Got to keep it grinding. You just have to turn your brain off. Flip the stupid switch and just get to work. That's how you do it. Okay. Okay, everybody, we just finished filming that video 2 hours ago, and then this news just dropped from Video Games Chronicle that changes a little bit of what we just talked about. I swear, today is just an insane day for random Ubisoft news, apparently. So I want to touch on this. Again, if you were in the stream with us, you could see this live. You could be part of this journey live. It would be wonderful, but you're not over here in the stream. So we miss you. Come join us. Again, links in the link tree. What they just revealed, Ubisoft has pulled out of E3 2023. They committed to attend a month ago. Apparently they changed their mind and now they are not going. What they said was that they've decided to, quote, move in a different direction, end quote. And instead they will be holding their own Ubisoft Forward event live June 12th in Los Angeles. What they said was, while we initially intended to have an official E3 presence, we made the subsequent decision to move in a different direction and will be holding a Ubisoft Forward live event on June 12th in LA. We look forward to sharing more details with our players very soon. The E3 organizers, Reed Pop, did not respond. And, this is yet another blow to E3 because E3's just steadily been losing people who are going to go time and time again over the last few years. I went in 2019 and it was super fun. And that was the last year because, of course, COVID hit. And then ever since then, everybody's been pulling out and skipping it. Nintendo's pulled out. Xbox is pulled out. Sony hasn't been I think since 2018. They weren't there in 2019. So it is what it is, tubes. It is what it is. I don't know what the deal is. It's kind of a bummer, but this doesn't really affect what we were talking about. They're still probably going to show Mirage at that LA event that they hold themselves. And honestly, it's probably just a reflection of them trying to get tighter with their budgets because it costs millions of dollars for these companies to go and officially sponsor E3 and attend. So they probably were like, we'll just do our own thing, save some money and do it that way. And I can't really blame them, though. It does make going to E3 much less appealing as far as I'm concerned. But just a little last minute tidbit update for all of you before we post this video. So thank you for watching. I love you all. Comment below if you are at all surprised by this. Personally, I'm not. I'm just, at this point, I expect nothing of Ubisoft. If they do anything good, I'm pleasantly surprised. We'll just take it from there. Also, thank you to everybody in chat for hanging out with me. Much love, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye. Okay. Easy enough, Jacob, right? Let me know if you need anything else. Boop, boop, boop. Bye. End stream. Easy. Boom. This is what E3 looked like in 2019. And honestly, it was pretty sexy. Yeah, they had the security people there. Security people that were kind of mean to everybody. Whenever I see these clips, I'm always curious, like looking off in the distance. I'm like, are we standing somewhere? Am I going to be somewhere? What's really cool about E3 is like you see 2K, you see these people walking on these stairs. What they have is they have like the show floor down here. This is where every Joe Schmo can go. So you can go walk around here if you're just an average ticket holder. You don't need to be anybody in the industry to get access to it. But if you're somebody important, if you're a streamer with 2 million followers, if you're Tim the Tatman or Dr. Disrespect, they invite you up onto these second floor areas in the big conference hall. And you just get to go up there and you have like private discussions with the devs who hang up there. There's like bars and food and snacks up there. It's very exclusive. And then you get to literally look down on all of the underlings on the lower floor. Start walking. This is where they were doing the Borderlands 3 tests. So they just had rows and rows and rows of computers so that you could try Borderlands 3 before it came out. It's always funny looking back at this stuff now after the game's been out because we, of course, have the game and we know what it's like. So it doesn't seem that like cool of an idea. Oh, yeah, play Borderlands 3 early. But at the time, it was super, super cool. And then... yeah, Borderlands 3 had a huge presence. Cyberpunk 2077 had a huge presence. Oh yeah, they set this up where streamers, I don't recognize any of these people, but it was really weird. Like they had the glass facing out. So the streamers are in here. Like, does anybody know who that is? I don't know who that is, but they have streamers like with the big clear glass. So all of the strangers are watching them in here. It's really awkward. Yeah. Like looks like maybe a business partner or a wife or another streamer sitting there and hanging. I don't know. Another streamer in there, another streamer in here. I don't recognize any of these people, so I don't know if I'm supposed to recognize them. Fortnite had a ridiculous presence. Fortnite, I mean, Epic Games spent so much money on this. It was crazy. Like, I'm not kidding. Probably an eighth of the show floor was Fortnite. It was ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Like, just look at that. Like, it's insane. Let's see. Just back for the first time, tried out AC Black Flag, and it's amazing. And I only got 20 hours into Valhalla. Bad time to be a Ubisoft fan. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, Kimbus, I totally agree. It's a tough time to be a fan of AC. 2K. Yeah, the wraparound line. The lines were crazy. I know it's like entitled streamer YouTuber mentality, but I don't think I would go to E3 again unless I had like the creator badge or something, because they herd everybody like animals, and you will wait in line for like 2 hours to try a 10-minute demo of the latest Fortnite thing or of Borderlands 3. Like it's really, really sucky, I think, if you're not given that special access. It's not, honestly, it's not that fun. Was it expensive to go to E3? I think the tickets were like $300, maybe 250, 300, something like that. They're doing the dances. And then, flights, a couple $100, and then an Airbnb for a couple $100 or a few $100. I went with like 2 other people, so it was much easier for us to manage it. They're interviewing somebody. I don't know. This looks like a regular gamer badge, so it doesn't look like he's an influencer or developer. And you see, they just have these big party games. Dude, they got it on film. They got him eating it on camera. Oh, the poor guy. We're going to keep rewinding it because it's funny. Dude, of course they come at the like gamers, give them something super athletic to do. That's funny. But like, see, it's fun, and you really are around thousands of other gamers, and it's super cool. It's super fun. But if you're not in the crew, if you're not in the group that gets the special access and special treatment, it's kind of like going to an amusement park without the fast pass. Like, you're going to go and you're going to spend all day, like an 8-hour day. You're going to spend 6 of it waiting in lines and 2 hours of it doing things that are moderately interesting. And then like maybe on top of that, you have an extra 20 minutes that's really good and really fun. But for everybody else, it's like super bland. I mean, you see just the sheer ocean of people. This at this E3, like Dr. Disrespect was here. This is the E3 where Dr. Disrespect was streaming and went into the bathroom and then got banned off Twitch. And like, I saw Dr. Disrespect walking around the hall. It's like a big event where there's a lot of creators, but even those guys, you only see them maybe once your whole time, if you see them at all. Like, we ran into Matt Pat. It's just a theory, a game theory. We ran into him at one of the security check-ins. The dude's super short, by the way. Like, super, super short. I was kind of amazed. I don't have a problem with you being short. My mom's like 4'11", but like the dude probably is like 5'2". I was amazed. Because he just doesn't seem that way in the videos. But this is all an illusion. Nothing is real. Dr. Disrespect is also a freaking giant. He's like 7 feet tall, I swear to God. Like, I'm pretty sure he had to like duck to get through the door into the bathroom. It was wild. VR stuff. That's kind of a cool camera setup. I like that. That's cool. And it's always super awkward because you're walking through and you don't know who any of these people are. Everybody's filming, everybody's doing the like YouTube streamer thing, but you don't know who's like an actual streamer or YouTuber and who is just trying to like get their feet on the ground. Or who's an industry guy. Like, you could be standing in line with one of the devs of, like, we were standing in a line and like in front of us were a few members of the Cyberpunk team. They wanted to go try Luigi's Haunted Mansion that was about to come out. And so like I didn't realize Biomutant was there. I don't think I ever went to that booth. But you just never know who you're going to run into. But it's super, super cool. It was honestly pretty fun. GameStop with all the accessories and stuff. I'm just like scanning the crowd, seeing if I recognize anybody. You just never know. Like, we were there all day, every day. So I'm somewhere in this hall. We might be in one of the other halls. You never really know. But we could also be in one of those lines, like the line to go see the Cyberpunk thing. If you got invited to the like behind closed doors thing, you still had to wait in line for like 2 hours. It was crazy. Just the ocean of people. Oh man. Big green screens. Man. Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat. Dude, the Mortal Kombat people were so nasty. The Ubisoft store, I did get a hoodie from there. You see all these people standing around. This is really funny. All these people are standing around here. You notice, what are they waiting for? They're all just standing there. Like these guys are standing here in front of the store. They're not doing anything. And they're not moving. The reason for that is because right on this other side, right around this corner, is the whole Cyberpunk 2077 booth. And the Cyberpunk 2077 booth, the way they handled it for like the first day and a half was that first come, first serve. If you're in this area when they let more people into the line, like the 2-hour queue, then you get in. And if you're not standing there at that time, you don't get in. That's it. Streamers and influencers and stuff did get priority access, but even them, like there was one guy I remember who threw a fit. He had like, I think he was a Twitch streamer. I looked him up. It wasn't like crazy. I think he had like maybe 20,000 followers or something on Twitch. You know, on average, like maybe like 30, 40 concurrent viewers. And he was like throwing a big fit. He's like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Like he went full diva because they wouldn't let him cut in line. Which I thought was a little funny. At this time, I think at this time I had like 100 and it's 2019. So maybe, I think I had like maybe 115,000 subs or 110,000 subs. I think I had just passed 100,000. But it was really funny listening to people get like really triggered. Everyone's busy arguing with Rocky. Good. But yeah, all these people were like squatting around the Cyberpunk thing, and these Mortal Kombat guys, the employees, they weren't employees of Mortal Kombat. They were like contractors they brought in. So it wasn't the actual devs. It was like a company they had hired to man the booth. But they were very upset because we were like, all the gamers that were standing out here were just clogging it up. So they would come out and they'd be like, you guys have to move. See all these people just standing here. All these people just standing here doing nothing. And it's because they're waiting to hopefully get in to see Cyberpunk. Oh, man. Yeah, there's the Cyberpunk booth. See, it stretched all the way from like here, all the way down and around and all the way back. And then it goes in. It was madness. Fantasy 14, Square Enix. Yeah, the Ubisoft booth, welcome desk. So they had it. So if you were a Ubisoft, like you were invited into Ubisoft, then you would come here, wait out here, and then they'd let you in. It was pretty cool. Are they going to show? Yeah, the Monster Hunter Iceborne hadn't come out yet. This was one of the coolest things. See all the people doing their videos and stuff. Alienware. And then they also, there it is, the Avengers, Marvel Avengers. They had a big thing, a big setup. And it was also very, oh, this guy's horrifying. It was also like very tough to get into Marvel's Avengers. They booked out early access for like, I think it was like a day and a half. So for the last half of the show, it was like, nope, you can't get in. There's no getting in now. That's it. Full stop. Like there were a lot of very pissed off people. Turns out they weren't missing much, but you know, yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But Yeah, Avengers was kind of a mess. Yeah. We did try Iceborne. That was super fun. I remember I was there with Corey and Michael, and Corey was like geeking out because we were sitting at, I think like this table. It was one of the back ones, but we were sitting at like this table and we were playing it together. And then at the next table over, like right here, I didn't recognize him, but apparently like the biggest Monster Hunter streamer and YouTuber on the platform, like all platforms, like the biggest guy, like the Asmongold of Monster Hunter. He was sitting over here playing the game with a couple of members of his team, and he was geeking out. It was very cute. It was very funny. He was so into it. He's like, oh my God, he's right there. He's right there. Like he started like kind of getting flustered. It was pretty funny. Walk through. Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy XIV bags. I forgot about these. These things were massive. They handed these bags out to everybody who walked by their booth, and they were just so stupid large. Like you couldn't fit a grown man in that bag. But they handed all these bags out to people, and like I think I eventually threw it away because I was like, I don't like. It's not even a collectible. Like, what do I even do with it? It's massive. And then over here are all the smaller booths. They had like a Bang Energy. I think this is it. Yeah, Bang Energy. They had like a whole stadium kind of stage thing for Bang Energy drinks. And yeah, they're drinking it right here. And it was really, really weird. They had hired like a bunch of girls to come out every 10 minutes and do like very provocative dances wearing like nothing but bikinis and hand out free Bang Energy. And so, of course, you know, the gamers descended en masse. Here are some of the girls. Okay, they weren't quite bikinis. They were wearing shorts. But like you see they have these girls in like kind of provocative outfits, and they're handing out Bang Energy. All the gamer guys like, "Hey, how you doing?" It's kind of uncomfortable, honestly. But everybody was going for it because they wanted a free Bang Energy drink. So cringe to me. I find it so cringy. It's so bad. Oh man. Using sex to sell energy drinks? How intuitive. Yeah. The black shark. I don't think that's a thing anymore, is it? Yeah, see, there's the stage. They also have the guys in the super tight pants doing the dance too. It was really weird. It was like honestly so out of place. It was just really, really strange. Yeah, see, then... Oh, they had 2 stages. I only ever saw the one. But they had 2 whole stages. Who's Carnox? I have no idea. And see, like, it's totally empty. And then they just have, like, girls up here dancing. Like... It was really weird. It was really weird. It's like, this is a gaming conference. Like, what are we doing? She had the mask or the thing up, pulled up over her mouth. And I was like, oh, so she's social distancing, got the mask up. Okay. And then no, it's like, this is before COVID. This is 2019. So she just didn't want people to see her face because she's embarrassed over what they're doing. I don't know. Hopefully they got their bag. Hopefully they made some money for that, dancing in front of a bunch of neckbeards for entertainment. I don't know. It's just odd. A DJ up there. For tons of swag. Whatever swag you want, they had it. Just handing it out. NZXT with all different computer builds. Capcom. There was like an IGN booth where we saw some like bigger names from IGN. Watch Dogs Legion. Yeah, that was a big thing. Harvest Moon. Yeah, this place. I remember that booth. Yeah, yeah, see they had like the little show going, so they would actually stream that. Then they had the tournament stage. So if you're playing in one of the tournaments, you'd go up there. Ubisoft. Oh yeah, and this is the second floor area. Remember I said that the second floor was reserved for like the employees and the special people. So that's where like all the streamers and YouTubers would hang out. I didn't really qualify for that stuff because I was a much smaller channel at the time, but Code Vein, yeah. Bandai Namco. Man of Medan photo booth, that's funny. Dragon Ball Z. Like, it was honestly pretty fun. Like, I look back at this, I'm like, you know what? It would be fun to go again. But then I think of like, okay, you're at the floor. If you want to go in and see any of these things, you're going to be standing in line for like 2 hours. Yeah, this is the Cyberpunk booth. And this was the hot thing. This was very tough to get into. And people were cutthroat about it. I mean, it was hardcore. Doom Eternal. What are these guys doing? They're sitting underneath it. Protection from the sun. Just the idea of the sun. There's no sun in here. It's just got to be protected from the idea of the sun. Rage 2 had a booth. The Bethesda gear. We went towards the end of the show, like on the last day we went in there, and they had like nothing available for sale anymore. It was really weird. They had sold out of everything. Wolfenstein, ESO, Elder Scrolls Blades, Oculus. I did the Oculus thing. It made me super motion sick. And plus, like I said, they don't have like actual employees manning these booths. They just go in there and they have like, they had hired contractors. Like apparently there's companies where they just man booths at conventions and they have employees that do it. So you as a company just hire these people to man the booth for you and then that's it. So the guy that was manning the booth for Oculus, that was in charge of like setting the headset up and getting the game going and getting you all set, didn't know what the hell he was doing. So like he set up the headset for me, didn't adjust the focus, like the pupil distance or the lens focus thing. So the whole game was super blurry. I had to try to fix it myself. He handed me the controllers once I had the headset on. He handed me the wrong controllers. So they just weren't working, but it's because he was being a dumbass and handed me the wrong controllers. Like it actively diminished from the experience. It was like really, really bad. That's cool. Oh, Moss, I remember that. Facebook Gaming had a big booth. Facebook Gaming, like Facebook is actually like for real dystopian. Like, it's pretty horrifying when you really look at it. Like everything they do, it's actually kind of horrifying. Volt Energy, collectors areas. Yeah, all this stuff, man. I don't know. And then there's an entire second hall, like a second hall of stuff. I had fun, but I mean, again, it's like going to a theme park without the extra passes and stuff. Like, it's just not for everybody. And for me, it's like, it's annoying enough that I probably wouldn't do it. Yeah, guys, can you imagine what Steffi would say? What Steffi and everybody would say if instead of going to Twitch, we're like, yeah, actually we're going to Facebook Gaming, everybody. I would go crazy. I would go crazy. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. Apparently there's a new Meat Cannon video. Dante versus Bayonetta. That sounds scary. Let me pull it up while we do this. Steph just hates anything except YouTube. Can you blame her? YouTube's pretty great. Let's be real.
I'd love to see that little soy boy come up here and mess with me. You all know he ain't gonna say anything to my face.
I love the Andrew Tate picture in the background and the cobwebs on the weights. Because they're in the frame because he wants you to think that he works out. But the cobwebs are there because, he hasn't actually used them in ages.
What? Is that Charlie?
That's a really good version of him too. Like that's actually kind of awesome and really haunting.
Hey, yo, baby,
What?
hey, baby.
What?
Can you and your man take this into the other room, please? I can't hear myself think with all that love.
For the record, this is because Sneeko apparently said that he had his girlfriend like slept with another dude while he was in the room, and then eventually he had to leave because it made him uncomfortable. So everybody started calling him a soy boy cuck. He like lost his mind.
Hey, yo, baby,
What?
hey, baby.
What?
Can you and your man take this into the other room, please? I can't hear myself think with all that love making you're doing.
Fine,
Thank you
whatever.
so
Yeah,
much,
no
baby.
problem.
Yeah.
No problem, Sneaky. No problem.
It's Sneeko. It's Sneeko. Yo, chat. Charlie is at my door. What should I say to him? What do you want, you little soy boy loser? Nice. What the hell is that? Chad. Charlie's at my bedroom door. What do I do?
Take
Hey!
the L. Soy boy L.
This is private property.
He has a chastity belt. Of course he does.
You better leave. He's not leaving. Okay. All right, fine. Sorry, Charlie, but you asked for this. Chad, I'm out of ammo. I gotta find another clip.
It's called a magazine.
You better get out of here. Charlie, I'm actually a huge fan. I watch your stuff all the time. Just let me turn off my stream and maybe we can talk this over, okay? Let go of me! Andrew Tate wept.
Wow.
There's nothing that gets me more hard than my favorite movie, Paddington 2. This movie is like if you combined Belle Delphine's tiny little tits and something else that's good, I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. See ya.
It's mildly terrifying. Wow. Oh, thank you, babe. Yummy. A salad. Oh man. It kind of sounded like him, but whoever is doing it does a good Charlie impression. I'll be real. Krista, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Chat, what do I say to him? What do I say? Chat. Oh man. The Sneeko thing. Oh man, I really don't understand. I really don't understand how anybody could look at Sneeko and be like, oh yeah, that seems like a well-reasoned, well-adjusted human being. Charlie having a different art style makes him both hilarious and terrifying. Sneaky constantly asking chat what to do is pretty accurate representation of how he is. Like how Charlie just acts like nothing happened and continues his daily routine. Totally accurate. Joel being Charlie's voice double has now been codified. Charlie somehow looks even scarier when he's drawn normally. It is kind of true. Charlie was the one that was drawn like more accurately. And yet he's far more terrifying. Like, that's a pretty accurate drawing. It looks just like him. But compared to everything else, like, he's the actual scary one. He needs to leave. This is your property. Bot. Charlie, such a noob. Soy boy Hassan. You gonna take that? Holy L. He's so ducking hot, bro. Top G. Oh man, there's so many good little details. So many good little details. Oh man. Oh man, it's so good. How is threatening people not banned? Honestly, it probably should be. Yeah, this is Meat Cannon. If you don't know Meat Cannon, they do a ton of really good stuff. They have some hilarious cartoons. Mr. Beast cures blindness.
Today, I'm going to be curing someone with total blindness. We will be using a new artificial lens that will give this person sight for the first time. I'm very excited. Remove the swabs. My eyes are a bit sore. Ugh. We can check back on him later. We still have a lot of filming to do. Carl! Come here! Take the surgeon and get B-roll in the rooms down the hall. I need to film the intro. Okay, Jimmy.
Okay, we just needed to sign a couple of release forms to be in the video. All pretty standard stuff. Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. This whole experience has been very emotional for me.
Please sign here! Are you sure everything's okay?
Hi, sweetheart. How are you feeling? This has all been such a blessing. And your eyes being healed, and the producer said that Mr. Beast might even give us a cash gift. He's so generous with his wealth. Truly an angel to our lives. Don't you agree? He's a blessing. Don't you agree, sweetheart? Isn't he a beautiful soul? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Honey, what's wrong? Get out! Just leave me alone! Leave me alone! Here, have $10,000.
It's so psychedelic and surreal, but I don't know. It's very, very engaging. I don't know who these guys are. Is it one guy that puts these together? Is it like a team? It's got to be a team, right? I'm taking this to my therapist. That's probably a good idea. Plenty of material. Yeah, the Logan Paul one was good. You Got a Friend in Me, that one was good. Oh, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard one. Yeah, these were classic.
So you were saying Miss Heard was jealous of your career?
Jealous would be an appropriate word. I would also add curious. She would have many perpetuously playful ideas that I was some sort of otherworldly creature, such as the time she brought home a trident, which I assumed was from her role in the Aquatic Man film.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I hope Johnny's innocent so we can get another Pirates movie. Me too. They would have to let him back in it. They just would have to let him back in. You're right.
But she had some sort of fascination that I was a fish creature summoned forth many moons ago. She would dig and carve my legs looking for scales. But of course she was left disappointed when she came to the realization that these Lovecraftian truths that she was telling herself were lies, fabrications. They left me, however, late for many dress rehearsals for the Alice in Wonderland films. Those were the...
Oh, I never liked those movies.
The impression of Johnny is also pretty good. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Tommy Hilfiger released gaming stuff? What? Bro. Okay, we were talking about this. I think after this, Rocky will bounce over and we'll wrap up. But we were talking earlier in the stream about how insane the whole like madness surrounding like brand names and Gucci stuff are, because the Scottsdale Mall had all of it, and I was blown away at how people would spend $600 on a pair of socks. It's unbelievable to me. But apparently Tommy Hilfiger, which is probably like a higher end brand, but not like, I wouldn't say that they're they're not on a Gucci level or anything. Like, they aren't that outrageous. They just have some good stuff. Apparently they've created a series of gaming peripherals and things. And somehow I totally missed this. Linus did a video breaking it down. I totally missed this.
Tommy Hilfiger was everywhere in the 90s, on Snoop Dogg, Britney Spears, and many more. Not that I cared. This may surprise you, but I've never really been into fashion. Now though, they're getting into MySpace, gaming, oh! And you guys know I love looking at some, oh, well, this is different. We have seen some crap from major brands before. I mean, normally it's fine, just a little too expensive. But this steaming pile of sweatshop garbage isn't just bad. Our labs team tested it out, and the marketing for this is filled with actual lies and deceit so egregious that it may actually be illegal. This is my first time touching it though. I don't even know how much this pile of trash cost me.
You wanna guess?
$100.
150.
150, is that real dollars?
Yes, US.
Just like we charged our sponsor. Thanks to FreshBooks for sponsoring today's video. For anything that Tommy Hilfiger has gotten into selling tech. They actually currently sell Bluetooth speakers and headphones, as well as a battery bank. But this is their first foray into the gaming space. What's different this time is the level of effort. We don't have Tommy's previous headphones here to comment on their sound quality, but it's easy to tell from the photos that they achieve at least the bare minimum. They look like they were made by Tommy Hilfiger. The gaming set?
Yeah, it's just like generic brand stuff. So I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but you can actually go onto like Alibaba. Gotta be careful giving them your email, because then you'll never hear the end of it. They'll just send you tons of stuff. Gaming keyboard. It's like this. Look at this. You can go on to Alibaba and you could go to, I don't know, say we're a brand and we want to make something custom. I don't know what looks serviceable. Maybe this one. Let's do this one. What we can do is, you see quantity of pieces, 1 to 1,000, lead time 7 days to be negotiated, whatever you need to do. English, you can order these in this style. A lot of these you can also customize. So you could say, hey, you can see here, you can change like color schemes, all sorts of stuff, whatever you need to do. And you can order these for $4. And, you know, if you're going to do something like Tommy Hilfiger, you're probably buying them for like $4 a unit. And you order 1,000 of them, and then you shove them in a box with your logo on it and call it good. And in this case, it looks like they just asked that it be printed with a Tommy Hilfiger logo on it, which probably maybe adds $1 or $2 to the production cost, but really not that much. Like, their effort in this, it's probably all told like $7 of cost to produce like the keyboard, and then maybe another few bucks for the mouse and headphones. All told, like, this whole box, it probably cost them $12 to throw together, and then they're selling it to you for $150. Like, because this is the cheapest, crappiest Chinese knockoff stuff available.
Well, oh man, it uses which one is this? The ISO layout enter key? That's the worst one, conveniently positioned for your 6th finger that happens to be a little bit longer than your pinky. They can't even manage to make it look anything other than cheap and horrible. The really wild part is you've seen what these guys do in their fashion photography, and yet no amount of Photoshop could make this look like anything but garbage. Oh my God, what are these specs? 95% acrylonitrile butadiene styrene? How is that the very top of your key talking points?
It's also just ABS plastic. It's used in literally everything.
I didn't even think about what ABS even stood for. Why would you type that? The mouse is 90% ABS and 10% metal. I better not find anything other than ABS or metal in that mouse. What metal? Headset, 10% sponge. Why is this the very top of the product page? Okay, I'm sorry. Keyboard features, easy clean, waterproof and dustproof. You don't say.
It says waterproof?
It does? Care. Spot clean. Will do, Thomas. Oh my God.
What it sounds like they did is they probably went into like this section, like the about, and they probably just like copied this and pasted it. Because like it's all really clunkily written. Waterproof? Like what? It's so lazy.
Alex, look, this isn't just your regular old keyboard mouse headset. This is imported.
Yes.
They've got a lot more specs actually on the box than they do on the website. The gaming headset supposedly offers immersive surround sound. It is PS Vita compatible? Why would you mention the PS Vita? And the Nintendo 3DS? Wait, is this thing new? This came out in December, and yet every mention of a supported console is at least 5 years old. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm actually gonna start looking at this stuff now. I found the metal in the mouse. Metal? Is this a removable weight system that needs actual screws?
You're getting ahead of yourself. There is a removable weight, but not that.
That's not the removable weight.
You're not supposed to be taking it apart this early.
Wait, I'm not allowed to take it apart yet?
Just experience it.
Okay, I'll take it apart later. It's really heavy for a modern gaming mouse. It does have really mushy back and forward buttons. The back button has a significantly longer travel. Wait, is this from us?
I doubt it.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't look like there's any screws under there, so I don't think that's actually from us. And only the finest large connector wire. I mean, who needs to plug anything into the next USB port over, right? That's why you have dedicated USB ports on the front of your computer.
For the dedicated wham. It really seems like they just went on like Alibaba, found like a mass of a bunch of old stuff that hadn't been used in 5 years, and then they decided to just repackage it.
For your mouse. Oh, I mean, it works. Hey, that looks pretty cool. Backlight 4 recurrent colors. Does it just cycle between 4 colors? Is there a way to change it? No, this is actually like a decent RGB controller in here. Well, that's one thing that's good about it. Can you change the RGB things? Oh. Oh no. I didn't see a software download. Is there any way to actually control the RGB?
That's a feature, Linus. No driver needed. No driver needed at all, nothing.
Does it have any indication of what DPI you're running at, perhaps? Do these change DPI? I think they do.
Why are you hitting it a bunch of times?
Because I want to be able to tell, but the range is only from 1200 to 3200. So that's not nearly as wide as you might expect on a modern gaming mouse.
I run with 800. And then I tweak the settings accordingly. I don't know how people play games with like the super high sensitivity. I don't know how you do it. But I go with 800. I don't run anything higher than that. If it was minimum 1200, I wouldn't be able to use it.
I'm pretty sure that the DPI adjust buttons are in fact here and here, but I guess there's no way to reprogram any of these. You better be happy with back, forward, DPI up and down, and left and right click. The RGB effect does look really cool though. Give credit where it's due. I mean, that's all that matters to gamers, right? I guess in order to go to the website, I'm gonna need this keyboard. I don't think this weighs much more than the mouse does. Uh-oh. Wow. I don't recall the last time I saw a keyboard that felt this generic and cheap. Honestly though, you've been able to get like much better keyboards for 30 bucks, 20 bucks on Amazon for years. is this a placeholder for where the numlock, caps lock, and scroll lock lights are supposed to go? They didn't even finish putting the legend on it. This is the most OEM we changed almost nothing thing I think I've ever seen. Tommy clearly had nothing to do with this whatsoever. And that's not a compliment. That's an indicator that he's just completely checked out of whatever products bear his name. Good quality silkscreen here, but unfortunately my X key is a reflection of my current mood having spent 150 bucks for this. It's permanently depressed. Can I get a rim shot, editor, please, for that? Hello? Is that gonna, bad boy gonna pop back up? Hey, there we go, we got it. Nice. Has a dedicated lighting key though. I have high hopes for the RGB. The effort level is so low. Not only could they not do their own mold for the USB port housing, they couldn't even use the same one on both products. So like what? You couldn't find a cheap Chinese peripheral OEM to make both of them? You had to find two different ones and then package them together? Clearly quality wasn't the main concern, Alex, so why not?
If you want to know, they are both from Instant Microelectronics.
They're both from Instant Micro.
Yeah, from the same factory.
So they couldn't even order enough to have them change the housing to be the same. Why do I have to try so hard? Do you know how hard we work to differentiate LTT Store products to make them truly awesome? If all I have to do is just slap my name on garbage and I can become a billionaire, like why don't I do it? How much is he worth anyway? Oh no! It's the kind of RGB lighting with static red, green, and blue LEDs. They don't actually change. I was pleasantly surprised by the excellent color mixing on the multiple LEDs inside the mouse. This, not so much. This appears to be a light diffuser pattern in the mold so that these lights won't be too bright. They just didn't put the legend over top of it. Trigger gaming. Oh, I hate this keyboard. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. I am not shaming anyone who can't afford a better keyboard. That's fine. But if you had the money and you bought this anyway, I don't know what to tell you. You're an NPC, yes. I mean, I'm sorry. This is facts. A rainbow backlight keyboard. I mean, technically, yes. A mouse with 7-button design. I mean, yes. And a comfortable headset with omnidirectional speaker sound. What the f does that even mean?
Omnidirectional? That doesn't mean anything.
That sounds like whoever did the merchandising for this page heard a word once in an audio context and kind of went, ooh, that sounds cool. I promise you that these are regular old drivers like any other driver, and they fire in one direction because they've got that one thing. They definitely don't know they're beautiful. No acknowledgement, nothing.
Sorry, I was looking up what omnidirectional means. So that means that the speaker is not beaming, which, given the performance of the highs, they might actually be correct.
When I hear omnidirectional speaker, what I expect is a speaker array that has balanced output in all directions. That's what I would imagine omnidirectional speaker means.
Does it say on this at all what the driver size is?
Oh, maybe.
Here, I can add the
link. But it does say that the headphones are 7.3 inches in length. When you have to start resorting to the length, width, and height of your headphones to fill out a spec sheet that contains your headphones, your mouse, and your keyboard, you know that you are scraping the absolute bottom of the barrel. But you can look cool doing it. Oh my God, you're right, Brandon.
Oh no.
How cool am I right now?
It just goes to show you, like, they really did not think any of this through. It's the laziest of the lazy. It's amazing. 150 bucks for this. And you better believe somebody out there possibly seeing this video, feeling very, very upset with themselves, went in and bought this for 150 bucks. Like, they could have spent 150 bucks on any number of other things. They chose to spend it this way. Like, man.
Regifle, you're not. I only wear the finest brands. These may be the cheapest drivers that I have ever put on my head. Listen to this, Brandon. Hold on. I have to put this onto the mic so that I can show you what I'm hearing right now. But that is the difference in air pressure from kind of pushing the drivers onto your head, kind of, mushing the pads a little bit, causing the driver inside, the membrane, to just collapse and then pop back out. Let's get our three amigos here. Which one's Curly, which one's Larry, and which one's Mo? Let us know in the comments.
Dude, that triggers me so
I've just been doing
bad.
some math on the whole omnidirectional thing because it bothered me.
Oh.
Somewhere around 11,000 hertz, if their driver size is correct, it will start beaming and not be omnidirectional.
Oh, so basically they're just admitting the performance. So, all right, I'm gaming, boys. Wait, I need to plug in the USB port and the 3.5mm jacks?
Is that USB port only the lights?
It's only for the lights. It doesn't have an amp and deck at all. Oh no. Tommy. Should I be mean to the people who have bought it?
No, it was probably their NAN at like Hudson's Bay Company or something.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I don't want you to feel bad if you have these, so take all of the crapping on them that I'm about to do as...
That is true. Like, this is probably something that is only gifted, and like, it probably is just a case where, like, you find it at Kohl's or something in the discount bin after Christmas. Somebody pays $70 for it thinking they're buying their grandson something really, really nice, when in reality it's a pile of garbage. It's got to be something like that.
As educational. I'm not bullying, it's education. Trying to teach you something. Look at this. This has the little holes as though the mic is here. Is the mic here or is the mic here? And they couldn't have the same color braided cables? Again, they're all different. What a cynical cash grab this whole thing is. I can't even type on this thing. Oh my God, I can't type on this thing. I thought it was me, but then it did it again. It inserted an O. Yeah, it's got the O in there again. No, get my hands this time. We've got screen cap. Okay, here we go. Okay, didn't do it. Oh my God, I can't. Now I'm overthinking it. No, it is not inserting ghost characters. It's just really hard to type on. That sound though, what? Oh my God, look at this. The computer knows what's up. Why is that what people are Googling? These are already super warm on my ears because they're just using the cheapest possible PU fake leather, and they're already uncomfortable. Though, to their credit, they at least did put foam padding on the top, which a lot of even reasonably high-end headset manufacturers don't do for whatever reason. You gotta give credit to Crab Rave here. You have to be a truly great, catchy song to sound good on these. The mids are basically non-existent, blended in with the bass, which somehow manages to both overpower everything and yet be inadequate. And as for the highs, I think they're in there somewhere. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a great time. Oh, these sound like shit. They are so bad. I swear to you, everything sounds the same. Gunshot, fireball firing, fireball hitting. It just all sounds the same. The mouse is definitely the least crap part of it, but that's not much of a bar. You know, I'm on the record saying that if given the choice, I'll take a good mouse and a crap keyboard versus the other way around. But this experience taught me that there really is still a minimum bar that you have to reach, and this doesn't reach it. I'm also on the record recently saying there's no such thing as a bad product, only a bad price. But I think Tommy has proven me wrong. You can have both a bad price and a bad product. The mouse is...
Yeah, what price is that okay? Because I generally agree with that sentiment. Like, for games, is there such a thing as like a game that you should never touch? Honestly, I don't think so. Even like the worst games you can think of, for a cheap enough price, are probably worth it. Like, I would say that Anthem, a total disaster. A lot of people bought it for $1 when it went on sale after my video went up on it. And they had like an hour or two of fun with it, and then they gave up on it and moved on. That, honestly, is not a bad way to go. I think for like $1, a game like Anthem can be really good. But I guess I just haven't run into a game that's like so horrible that I can't fathom spending any money on it. Oops, I accidentally closed all those windows. Boop. Okay. You know, that's of course setting aside the example of the games that are like actual piles of garbage. So, man, last thing, could you please check Peepo Animation? He has a couple of videos in there. Great, you can check XQC's reaction to it. Peepo Animation. I can add it to our list for reactions. We're trying to like vet all the videos that we watch on stream because we had a couple get demonetized and it was my fault. I kind of excitedly decided to just hop on, and that was foolish, I grant you. I was like, oh, sure, you'll click on the video. Turns out the video was like flagged and caused issues. But I'll add it to our list. We'll check it out. Remind me on Wednesday and we can do it. Let's see. Yeah, they did give up on Anthem. Wait, which one? It was one of the like crypto things we did. You remember those videos we watched a while back on crypto stuff? Like one of them got flagged. It was, I don't know. There's all sorts of weird stuff with that. Yeah, Wednesday's Twitch, yes. Luke, you're such a honk. Thank you, Retro. I'm assuming that's a compliment. Maybe it's not, in which case, screw you. Oh, I closed the windows again. Oh, man. I was going to see if I can go here. Why isn't this working? Is this what I'm supposed to go to? I was gonna see like how this works. Can I do some like bluish purple? I don't think it has a midway. I think it's blue or purple. And that's it. Function mode. Can I go purple? Sort of. Okay. That's getting there. And then we can go... Am I the only one that like doesn't know how to customize RGB on their computer? Am I the only one? Because I always forget how to do it. And then a moment like this comes and I just have no idea. Oris engine, liquid cooler, no. No, that's not it. Well, not actually sure how to customize this. Glorious Core, no, I don't know what I did. I don't know either. Yeah, no one does. Half the time apps don't work. You just need updates after reboot. Yeah, I'm like, I've done it before because like I changed it to this orangey red. Watch one note, power tools, RGB fusion, that wasn't it. Windows tools. I thought it was maybe like Oris engine. But Oris engine is not it. Even though I was like pretty sure that was going to be it, but apparently it's not. And so now I just have no idea. Do I need to press the gear button? No.
This is only.
I don't know. I'm breaking it. It's all falling apart. Let's see. Just heard back. Okay. Yeah, I think. Sorry, I have to reply to this. That should work out fine. A Wednesday. Okay. Booyah. Okay. Sign up RGBs. I'm worried if I click on any more links, Rocky, you're just going to rickroll me again. And I don't know if I can take it, dude. I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I have the strength. I just don't know. EVGA Precision X1? What the hell is that? What is EVGA Precision? I don't... What is this? What is this madness? See what I mean? Like, power up rebar? What is rebar? Power meter? Okay. And then I thought it was this. Oh, I can change some stuff, but this is only for the water cooler. Okay. So, not that. It's not this. So I was like, ooh, maybe it's the Aorus engine. But if I try to launch that, it doesn't do anything. I don't know. I feel like such a boomer. I'm like, what? How do I do that? How do I make the change? I just want to make the change to the colors on my computer. And I can't figure out how to do it. But none of these apps do it. I don't know. I have no idea, dude. I'm going to spend like all day trying to figure this out. I don't know. Luke's going to find a way to break it, probably. Trust me? Okay. Okay. All other RGB apps. Oh, so this will just handle all of it?
Welcome to the Signal RGB Quick Start Guide. This video will guide you through the basics of Signal RGB. It needs to be closed. Be sure to check Task Manager for any XEs that may still be running even after you close these RGB applications.
He called them XEs? Who calls the .exe an XE? Is that just me? Am I the weird one? Yeah, I do. I don't know. Controls that hardware. Well, this is like specifically, I just need to change the case fans, the like power strip LED thing, and then the RAM sticks, and I've done it before. You guys hear that? Is that just me? Can you guys not hear that? That was really weird. Whenever I touched the mic, it started bzzz. It was weird. Am I a battery? Apparently I have static or something. Armory Crate updated. Now I have a service area. Still no RGB for me. Oh, maybe that's what happened. Because Armory Crate sounds right. Oh, is this what it was? I think this is it. Oh, thank you. Boom, right there. Tim. Thank you, Tim. I think Tim just figured it out. So now I'm going to try to change these lights. Let's see. Breathing. Look at that. And then we'll go like a purplish. Look at that. We did it. Thank you, Tim. Boom. I just needed Tim to come in and save the day. Apparently Armored Crate wasn't even in my like list of apps. That's an oops. Should I do that? Should I do strobing? Or is that... Oh, no, I don't like that. Color cycle. Rainbow. You gotta taste the rainbow. Like that. That's kind of cool. It's a little sexy. I can't really customize it too much. But that's kind of cool. Ooh. Enchanté, madame. Enchanté. Je suis manati. Well, there you go. So we solved it. We did it. We made it, boys and girls. We made it. Ah, it's out. Good thing. I have more. I always do. Fits with the Twitch thing. Well, that's what I realized. It's like the orange was a little aggressive. Now what I think I need to do, though, is I need to swap out the top light probably for something like a purple backlight, because the orange worked with the PC case being orange as like a motivated light, but it doesn't work too well like this. You know what I mean? Is Anthem playable online or offline? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Hydrate, pretend I redeemed some points. Oh shoot, do I even have my water bottle down here? I don't think I do. Poo. What we'll do, boys and girls, is we'll take a quick break. I will go get water. I will go to the Tinkle Wiz Palace, and as should all of you. And then we will bounce over to Twitch, and I will try to finish Resident Evil 4 over there. I'm getting close. So I think we can finish it in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And so we'll wrap up over there and just hang out there for a little bit. And it's going to be good. Yes, thank you, Rocky, for the links for that. Make sure to just pop over, join us. Just look up Luke Stevens on Twitch. I turned off the ads that will roll randomly, so you shouldn't have to deal with that. And it'll have a pre-roll ad, but we'll try to let that happen while we're still in the starting soon screen. So head over there. Rocky, no spamming. So yeah, head over there. Join us. Love to see you over there. We'll be there maybe in like 15, 20 minutes. I'll get all set up and kind of clean up a little, and then we'll hop over there and it'll be good. So I'll see all of you guys over on Twitch in just a little bit. Hugs and kisses. Thanks for chilling with me. Been kind of a weird stream, but hey, it is what it is. But I'll see you guys soon, okay? Steffi, Kimbis, Tierg, Rocky, don't tell me what to do. Nell, Drizzy, take a ride with me. All of you guys, thank you so much. It was good hanging out with you, dude. Catch you soon. Sounds good. Take a ride. Appreciate you. See you in 15, 20 minutes. Yes, Crimson. Sounds good. I will see you guys very, very soon. Hugs and kisses. Hugs and kisses.